Welcome everybody to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure TTRPG, an off the beaten path episode. Man of a Thousand Faces. Last time on Off the Beaten Path, Eisen punched a woman in the face!
No regrets.
What will happen today? Last time, Mallory.
Hello.
You found yourself inside of an apartment littered with barely used utensils and otherwise household items. And you have just pulled Edwin Speedwagon up to his feet.
A small lump of sugar and smiles at the moonlight.
His grip is weak. There is a almost not hesitation, but more so apprehension about him.
Well, that's funny, because I was going to say the complete opposite about Mallory. She'd just be kind of gripping him a little tight.
You know, if I had circulation, I think I'd lose it right about now.
Good thing you don't.
Indeed. Alright. Where are we going?
She kind of looked down at the dream she was holding, look at him. You tell me.
I would say that the eyeball just kind of blinks up at you. And Edwin's just like,
I think just a walk around town would be nice.
Alright. I don't know where we are, so.
I was hoping that you knew. Figures. Do you mean... Okay, I guess I should clarify. Do you mean here, or do you mean...
I mean,
like in a grander sense?
grander sense, I have kind of an idea.
Okay, grander
Here, this
sense I have
apartment,
no...
I don't fucking know.
Oh.
This isn't familiar at all to me.
This is... around home in America.
Feels very antithesis of you that I know, at least. Grandness.
Look, this was before I was all grand. Yes, I know, even I had
We all got our
humble beginnings.
Well then, Mr. Ungrandness. Tell me around.
Please, Mr. Ungrandness is my father. Call me Edwin. God. I don't feel like this is really happening. Is this really happening?
It's as real as I am dead.
That's pretty damn real. What is that? What you're holding?
It's the you that I know. Your dream, your madness, your obsessiveness. I'm holding on to it for now.
Alright. I would go to the front door, but you're in my way.
Wait.
as you start to walk and pull Edwin this way, Edwin's star kind of disconnects all around the eye again, kind of like when you used 7 o'clock on it originally. Parts of it just separate, almost like a wind-up toy that just like breaks apart and little springs fly out and that type of thing, right? Just kind of open.
Mallory just like scrambling to hold all the pieces. Jesus Christ.
Does not seem like my dream is holding it together.
Are you holding it together? Barely.
I don't know if I want to answer that.
Exactly. Don't judge your dream then.
When the star, like, kind of pops apart, you feel like you have the ability to put parts of it back together.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be easy, but for some reason you feel this direct connection to it, and more so you feel a connection to Edwin. That there's... It's not like a pull as you would expect of Edwin and his dream wanting to merge together. It's much more like being this close to Edwin himself. There's like a repulsive force. It's like it doesn't want to go back.
If I, like, try to summon Sweet Hibiscus Tea, like, could I feel like I could summon it?
Yes.
Cool. Can I still use 7 o'clock?
I think so. Yeah, sure.
I just wanted to write a couple more things on it just to try to keep it together.
What do you write?
Facing the past is the best way for you to be prepared for what is coming in the future.
Can you make me a precision roll?
Not my best.
As you begin to write on it, 7 o'clock gives you sort of a feel of what the different parts of it are. Or maybe that's 7 o'clock. But you can distinctly sense that Edwin is not completely together, and that there are parts of him missing. And as you do this, you have the ability to put one of those parts back.
Oh my god. Okay, we're... This is... Okay. I get to just choose a piece?
You get to choose a piece. Based on which part of Edwin that you choose to put back together here, he is going to get one of his stand stats back. He currently doesn't have any, and if he were to try and summon Tokyo, it wouldn't really work. These are your options.
Interesting, okay. Richard and I are going back and forth. We both basically said fuck the arms and the torso between the two of us. We were both, I was hands or head, and Richard was like legs or head.
Hi, I'm Richard.
Okay, we're getting Neo head.
Neo head. Alright. Brought part of him back.
Whoa, it's like stickers, guys. We're filling out a sticker book.
Edwin has gained Neo Tokyo's head, which means that he can now actually use the ability.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Honestly, good choice.
very good choice. And Edwin kind of like flexes his hands, blinks, and looks over at you just like,
What did you just do?
and Mallory, you see something floating behind him.
Do you have a token for every piece?
Yes.
Neo heady.
Deal head, deal head, deal head.
Take a step and like look up at it.
It's sort of floating, like, tilted halfway. And Edwin turns with you.
Hello again.
No, Tokyo.
He, like, holds a hand over his chest.
Don't feel like I deserve that.
Mallory would grab his hand, like interlace their fingers. It's okay to not feel like you deserve it. I, out of anyone, should know that.
He looks up at you, just like meeting your gaze.
Alright.
Good is better than perfect.
Let's go.
Scrub to your fingers.
Before we leave,
He steps over here,
And I'm crying
reaches down,
for things that
and gently
tell others
touches the piece of stone on the ground, and Tokyo's power activates.
favorite bookstore.
just want to fix this place up a little.
And the wood is back in place. He looks up at Mallory, then just slowly pushing himself back up to his feet.
They're just fine.
You know, I haven't stepped foot out of this place in 10 years. I can't even begin to think of what the world's become.
Well, it'll be something you'll have to see with your own eyes. You'll have to get ahead of the process.
It's not a pun.
Would I not be Mallory Savell if I did not make puns in the worst of times?
No, you wouldn't be. Alright, Neo.
Hey, you could have been stuck in here with Gigi. Gigi
You're
could have
right.
come back.
You're right, he probably would have broken my neck over this.
I don't think so.
Snaps fingers, it unsummons, and he looks back at Mallory.
I'm sure.
I don't think you would have broken your neck. Might have given you a little bit of shit, but I'm also gonna give you a little bit of that.
I'm not so expecting you to break my neck, to be fair. I feel
No,
like you
no,
deserve it at this point.
I'll break you when you're not either A, stuck in here, or B, when you're not missing half of your limbs.
And he starts to push the door open, and he looks back at you and just like,
Oh, I see, Mallory Savell. No fun to break a broken man.
Precisely.
Let's just go on a walk.
Don't scoff at me. You like my attitude.
I suppose so.
Stains that are trying to cover.
You know, the sun here is strange.
he holds his hand out to the light.
Doesn't hurt. Don't quite know why.
It's probably because that's the way you remember it.
Hmm, suppose so.
Kind of puts his hands in his pocket. Starts to walk. Mallory, as you walk off in this direction, while Edwin himself seems to just continue walking straight, you feel like everything around you is getting darker, like you're being pulled away. Do you mind making me a brains roll?
Sure.
Mallory, you're not entirely sure why, but you feel like you sort of have a connection to this place. If at any point you want to try and open your senses to this place's nature, it's almost like it accepts you doing that. Though as you walk, it feels like you're going somewhere else, not somewhere that would be down here, but a completely different place. Edwin has not noticed this.
She's not going to say anything immediately, but just try to keep up with him.
Alright.
Mallory's short. He's got long legs. She's got to really work for it.
She's gotta work for it. He's moving slowly. You can catch up. And as you walk, you find yourselves in chairs. Plastic lawn chairs.
Yo! Is it a Mallory? Bluery?
Bluery! You know, like the pressure change sensation? Your ears just kind of pop. It's like that. And it smells different, it smells fresh. There's a general buzz in the air, not as sad and empty as what you felt before at Edwin's old apartment, but something a little bit more cheerful. Notice that Edwin next to you has gone completely stiff.
Mallory puts like a hand on him, like, you know, like kind of gently reassuring, and also just starts fucking looking around like, what the fuck, where are we?
You seem to be at a farm. At least that's what it feels like, a farmhouse. Out in the lawn, and there are a bunch of people around in sort of like fancy suit and dress, a bunch of flowers strewn everywhere, and directly in front of you where all the chairs are pointing, it's definitely Edwin standing there. But he looks a lot younger.
Less depressed Edwin.
And next to him is a woman in a bright white gown.
Mallory would just... Is everything like moving, or is this like still picture?
Yeah, it's moving. It seems like they're currently in the middle of reading their vows. Everyone else around seems to be watching, sort of intently. It seems like the people over on your side, just looking at them at a glance, are in like suits and ties and more businessy wear, and the folks on the left are a lot more casual.
Mallory would look at Edwin next to her, just to get a read of his face.
Deer in the headlights. And more so, his eyes have a lot more life in them as he's staring forward.
Mallory would just go kind of like keep an eye on the Edwin next to her, but kind of watch primarily what's going on in like this scene, just letting him have a moment.
The Edwin up at the center clasps hands with this other woman, looking deeply into her eyes, smiling wider than you've ever seen Edwin smile in his life. And there's a moment where they lean in, kiss, and the whole crowd seems to be buzzing with a positive energy. The man behind the two of them does a polite bow, and the two of them, sort of hand in hand, start to walk through this large, like, archway adorned with flowers and other sorts of little gifts, it seems, packages, that sort of thing, to the edge of this, just, like, pond, and stand looking out together. And you notice the woman just kind of rests her head on Edwin's shoulder.
Mallory would kind of smile, almost like a sad smile. I have never seen you so happy.
Some sort of cruel joke.
Are you saying that?
Not you saying that. This...
No, I don't think so.
I'd forgotten how happy I was that day. It's over 100 years ago, if you'd believe me.
Oh, I believe you. I mean, just looking at the people, how they're dressed, I can believe it. What was she like?
Wonderful. Kind. She saw my heart unlike anyone. She understood me. Beacon of light in a cold, cold world. The world's been colder ever since.
Well, I think of this as less of a cruel joke and more of a intentional reminder.
Do you mind if we just sit here for a while?
Not at all.
Seems like Edwin leans back in his chair and, watching the festivities, just gently closes his eyes. Does an intentional inward breath, followed by an exhale. And just lets himself be surrounded by the scents, the sounds, everything.
Mallory would just sit there with him as long as he wanted, within reason. Mallory has a hard time slowing down, but will attempt.
How's your patience, Mallory?
Here. Here's a bravery check.
Alright, I'll roll Edwin bravery against that. Okay. He wants to stay just a little bit longer, and you're like, getting antsy, but just about at the point at which you feel like you're going to say something to him, he starts to push himself up to his feet.
Still for a walk?
If you are, old man.
Excuse you. I'm not that old.
Eternally, like what, 42?
Exactly.
Yes, and I'm eternally... I think I'm 27 at this point.
Lucky.
No.
Are you kidding? I have to get stuck with this face.
I think you have a very nice face, excuse you.
I mean, I know it's iconic to the Speedwagon brand, but really... being eternally in your 40s isn't exactly comfortable.
Being eternally in your 20s isn't comfortable.
Touche.
I barely have a fully developed brain!
You say that like you're an infinite, Mallory. Are you suggesting to me that your brain needs more time to expand?
I'm saying...
Is your skull still developing? Is it all fleshy up there?
He pokes the top of your head.
almost liked it more when you were super depressed. That way I wouldn't be constantly antagonized.
Keeps
And I say
walking.
almost.
Just sort of chuckles, like,
I thought this was the point.
It is the point. I just have to reaccustom myself to you actually having energy and a personality.
Oh god. Do you think I was without a personality? Is that what you
No, I
got
thought
from
you were
that?
one-track minded. Obsessively so. But so am I. That's why you hired me, isn't it?
You had potential. What can I say?
Yeah, so my personality meshed with yours in such a way that we would feed into each other's obsessiveness.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
No. I'm just pointing it out, because I have to reaccustom myself to you actually having a brain.
Alright, now I feel like this is just getting mean-spirited.
Okay, a little bit, I'm sorry.
Do you think if we just keep walking, that we'll eventually be out of here?
I think in some cases there is a meaning and a point to everything. I think we'll find that point along the way. And a couple things I think I want to show you. If my assumptions about this place is correct.
Well, I'm at your mercy then.
Hey, that's my name. Please don't call me that.
I won't wear it
will-
out.
Thank you.
What, do you
There's
not
no
want me
idea-
to go Mallory Mercy, Sybil? Like I'm your father or something?
Listen. Mallory will pull out the dream. this thing can be put into, like, weird beings. I don't like them. They came, like, trying to drag you back to where we were. But they channel a person. So when this was first in them, it was channeling Mr. Electros. And you know what he said to me?
Oh no.
Mallory Mercy Savelle, you get in my way again. It was really dramatic. Not to say that your dramaticism isn't one of your best qualities.
I know I got a bit dramatic.
He has his, like, hands over his mouth.
Listen, it's how I knew it wasn't actually, like how that wasn't you. It was whatever the fuck Mr. Electros became of you.
What do you think that wasn't me?
I think it was you, but I think you got yourself twisted.
Someone still had to put me on that path. And that someone was still me.
Mallory would get a very pained expression. I don't think that was you.
Then you have a lot more faith in me than I do. Suppose that explains why you came here. To the ends of the earth. Just for me.
You have no idea how much I blame myself for what you became.
It wasn't your fault.
Oh, but it was.
Oh.
Mallory just kind of getting dragged by the star. I can show you that later. Let's follow this. Follow your hopes and dreams.
Alright.
Mallory, could you make me a brain roll?
Can make you a brains roll.
This is to navigate
Okay, I'm gonna roll
by
shit.
using the
No, no.
star. You feel yourself being dragged by it as you go. And as sort of like this static of the surrounding flora and fauna starts to like close in around you as you walk to the edge of this memory, you can feel it pulling you not forward, but back. You find yourselves in a kitchen. Soft tune playing over a radio. There's someone sitting at the table eating. An older man.
Mallory just watches.
Almost before you can, like, say anything or take in the environment, the door over here is busted open. Like, just with such a force and, like, a level of energy that it damn near, like, slams into the fridge and probably could have broken something if the person behind was, you know, being more fucking careful. And someone bombastically pushes their way into the room.
That feels wrong.
Young Edwin is cursed.
Very
That feels
cursed.
wrong. My brain only thinks of Edwin when he has his mustache.
But then he immediately, like, you hear him,
Dad, did you hear? Have you heard the news? Did Mom tell you?
and he rushes forward, and he slams his hands down on the tables, and he looks at his father and he says,
I got accepted. It's happening.
the man at the table slowly sets down his fork and looks up.
What's happening?
Like I said,
Well, I finally got accepted. You know what I was, all of that I was doing. Edwin Scott Speedwagon, stand up straight when you address your father. Yes, sir. My college acceptance papers. I got accepted. Which place? The one on East and all? You know, I thought that Mom would have told you. Come over here, boy.
Alright. You notice the man place a hand on Edwin's shoulder and just...
Well done. Proud of you.
Thank you, Dad.
Now sit down and get your dinner before you go breaking something. All that excess energy is not healthy.
Edwin runs over, seems to be a little bit more chipper. Swings open the chair. Edwin next to you, Mallory, just steps back.
I see where all your energy went. You spent it when you were a child.
That's not how energy works.
No, but it's still funny. It's weird seeing you, not in your 40s.
Does it feel illegal?
A little bit. Feels like I'm snooping on someone else's family.
That's kind of what this is, yes? A little bit. I don't think it's a bad thing.
So your dad reminds me of my dad, and that's not a good thing.
I don't remember this.
You don't?
I don't remember him congratulating me, no. But I guess that did happen. My dad was... You know how I'm stern with new employees?
He was stern with you?
More or less. I mean, he's the one I
So
was
I
in...
want the best, but not saying it in so many words.
For better or for worse, he's how I learned how to run the Foundation. So... Still didn't think I'd see him again.
Mallory, he's got a name tag on his coat.
Yeah?
It says Reinhardt A. Speedwagon.
Oh, okay. What did you go to college for? I don't think I've ever seen you have a degree.
I have a degree, take a guess. It's not interesting.
Business.
Bingo, you got it. I actually have a master's degree, thank you very much. Anna helped me get that.
No PhD?
What's the point in going that... This is not a contest, Mallory. Actually,
Well,
if it's a
that's a
contest,
GG.
I'd be winning. Ugh,
Oh, did you?
I don't want to compete against that man in anything academic.
You
Not
don't.
never again.
Listen, I only have my one degree.
Look, declining that business offer was the worst decision of my life, and I still regret it to this day. How the world would have changed if we were partners from the beginning. Ugh. Whatever. Don't tell him I said that, by the way. I don't want his ego getting out of hand. He is still around, right?
Yes, he's still around.
Good.
Not without attempt on his life, of course.
Of course people would want to kill him. Who wouldn't?
It's really hard to kill him.
I'd imagine. He can resurrect himself, right?
Yes. And we've also got the entire school system.
The school system?
Yeah. We've got a set of stand user schools.
Edwin comes over to the radio and just listens.
So you teach kids with stands how to use them?
Yeah. We also teach, normal subjects. But
Of course. Do
It's-
people know that this is a thing?
oh no, we're very good at hiding it.
I was about to say, maybe one change for the better. At least in my opinion. I feel like people need to know about it.
We haven't gotten there yet. You were around when we made the schools.
Last I heard, that thing was still starting out. Did you get it off the
It's
ground?
been 20 years.
I know it's been a while. You don't have to keep reminding me.
I'm really only just you're gonna laugh at me for this.
Say it.
Basically, Gigi's secretary.
Yep, you're right. I thought you hated being a secretary.
I'm good at it though.
Just because you're
She
good
doesn't
at
know how
it,
to stick to a schedule.
that does not surprise me.
I'm
Why not just
also
get...
sad.
What the hell was her name? Sakahara. Get her to do it. She's still
She's
around,
worse.
right?
She's worse.
Are you the
They're
only
roommates.
person in your... Their roommates?
They're roommates.
Are they a thing?
No.
I feel like that's far too invasive of a question.
No.
Never mind.
They were roommates.
God, they were roommates.
Look, all I remember about that woman was... having to insist on a dress code.
Very fair. I've walked in far too many times on her without pants.
You can see why that would be bad for the image of the Speedwagon Foundation. Yes. Right. I'm sick of this song. It's just playing on loop.
It is. Blame your poor memory.
I don't even think this is a real song. I think this is just what my mind thinks a song is. Do you hear any words? Do you hear any? It's just piano. It's like, did they play piano? I don't remember them playing piano on the radio like this. Alright. Where to, little torture device?
Don't refer to yourself like that.
I will refer to myself like that until I'm done being tortured by myself.
Okay, maybe I'll torture you instead.
Over my dead body.
You are dead.
Then we're halfway there.
I don't think I'm over it, though. I'm pretty sure I was just sitting on the floor.
Alright. This'll do then.
Edwin slowly curls down, sits down, lays down, flat face, looks up.
This is satisfactory.
Mallory would just kick him in, like, the hip.
Oh, fuck!
I didn't kick you
Mallory!
that hard.
I'm old.
Oh, now you're old!
He slowly pushes himself up to his feet.
When it
Mallory
so
just starts
befits
walking.
me. And it... Hey, wait a moment. Mallory.
Come on! You want to get the torture over with, or not?
Yes, yes I do. Please, hurry
You-
up.
Alright.
I need to make another navigation check.
Yeah. If you want to learn a little bit more about where you're going, you don't have to. You could just let it take you.
I wanna know.
Alright. You feel a very comfortable atmosphere start to set in as you
Moving
walk.
forward?
You're going forwards.
Lovely. Wonderful. That's all I wanted to know, really.
Quite a bit forward. You find yourself in another house. But this one, for you, Mallory, is actually familiar this time.
Familiar territory. Oh my god.
A place I remember. What a coincidence.
I'm glad you remember this place.
Hard not to. The majority of my life was spent here.
Can Mallory casually check under the pear, dish to see if there's any, scribbled notes of shenanigans?
Oh, yeah, this would be based on whether or not Edwin was aware of it, so, I guess Edwin brains versus Mercy brains.
Edwin Brain versus Mercy Brains,
Would
please.
Edwin know about it?
Anything will confirm.
Yeah, you find a little note that's like, go rob the record shop later or something.
Mallory just quietly goes, damn it.
What were you looking for?
Nothing.
What were you looking for? This is
Just
my...
checking.
This is my memory, and I would like to know what you're looking for in my memory.
I was just seeing if you were aware of something.
Aware of what?
Shenanigans.
You mean... Jonah going out and doing whatever he pleased?
And me going with him, of course.
And you do realize I knew what you two were up to, right?
I was hopeful that you were unaware.
I literally went with you once.
You went with us once! You tried to make it seem like it wasn't a common occurrence.
One time does not beget a common occurrence. However, I know my child, and I know. But he's just as extra as I am.
What's going on?
You hear sounds, actually. Really loud sounds like metal clanging coming from downstairs.
Fencing lesson?
Sounds like it.
Why are we up here then?
Don't know. Ask your bad compass.
Hello, compass.
Eyeball blink.
If I just like let it drag me, where does it?
It's dragging you towards the stairs.
Okay. Towards the stairs.
Did it just get lost?
Might have. This place is probably clearer in your memory than downstairs.
I wonder if it's clear enough to...
Edwin picks up a tomato.
I'll use this later.
I was thinking of picking up the tomatoes.
Edwin, Mallory, join secret action.
Joint secret action.
And you continue downstairs.
Oh, there's me.
See Jonah, Giuseppe, in the midst of a one-on-one sword duel.
Come on, Giuseppe, I'll have you this time.
Well, maybe if you're a little too on the nose with what you're doing, you need to remember to change it up, be a little bit mischievous.
Jonah, now's your chance, rush him!
Mischievous, you say? Jonah charges forward with a jumping stab.
Do a little bit of a spin, and jets on his shoes so he can dodge out of the way.
I assume Jonah's swordsmanship trait would not apply here because this is how he got the trait in the first place.
Probably.
So what am I rolling? Bronze?
Probably just bronze.
I don't think you can be Gigi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the most obvious fucking sneak attack. Literally, you ran at him.
It's like
This little squeaky toy. This is very squeaky noise here. Like,
you're getting better, but you need to not, scream out surprise attack.
but how would I stun? Well, how would I stun them with my sudden cutting?
You don't yell surprise attack. You do something that is surprising, such as tap tap. Like those roaches underneath your feet right now.
Huh? What?
He stabs the ground immediately.
Ah!
Jonah.
Hey, watch out! I imagine Rosa Sharon looks over, sees EMC, it just kind of just does a kind of a gesture.
Hey, ENC Rose of Sharon, three-way huddle. Three-way huddle.
Turns around, sees that. Ah!
The stand is going to, rock, paper, scissors with Jonah.
Alright, yes!
The door will just goes, dun dun dun, and then looks at you, flat eyes, just slowly floats back.
Rosa Sharon smirks.
Mercy just calls over, Oi, Jonah, when's it my turn?
Your turn for what?
I don't know, I want to fight you.
You wanna fight me?
Yeah, you're getting so good at swords, you've got to test him against an expert.
Mercy, are you claiming to be an expert?
Yes, I'm an expert in hand-to-hand combat. She, punches her knuckles together slightly.
And how has that worked the past 493 times we sparred?
I got close last time. Hey, excuse you. No, I got close last time.
You know, Mercy, you could always train with us.
This is as much training for you as it is training for... Listen here, sir.
Yes, I'm listening.
Alright, you're listening. Good.
Jonah has a very sarcastic, smirky look on his face.
Plops down.
One thing that you could do to increase your swordsmanship is wrap some of your vines around the handle, and when you slash, throw them out. Great if you want to do stuff like that. Alright, you go have fun with him.
Alright.
Pat, pat.
Let's go. She, punches her heads together. There's, suddenly Haman gears on him. She looks really pumped up to try and, catch the sword.
Alright, Mercy, what side of your face would you like to land on this time?
How about neither? How about I land this On yours!
Jonah thrusts back, this time following Giuseppe's advice, flashing out vines at the same time.
Fuck yeah, let's go. It seems like she's close to grabbing your saber, but with the, like, step back and using the technique that Giuseppe gave you, you're able to yank your saber away quicker than Mercedes is able to grab it. And you flip back around and, like, sort of, like, land it, like, next to her neck. In, like, a bested pose, if you will.
And while the vines are out, I have them sweep the legs so Mercy lands on her left side.
Just... Ow.
And that is number 494.
Would you stop counting?
Oh, Jonah, you forgot something.
Oh?
You forgot your footing. Gigi snaps his fingers, and Vine's gonna yank Jonah to the ceiling.
That! No fair, I was fighting Mercy, not you.
Gigi, I brought you here to teach my kids, not torment them.
Same difference.
Let him have fun.
Also, it teaches Jonah a valuable lesson of keeping his eyes open, and Mercedes a chance to, well, get him while he's down.
Jonah hears you say that. Look at Mercy. Oh shit.
Kick. I'm gonna kick your hat off.
Not in the face, not in the face.
Fuck.
Jonah tries to shield his face.
It's definitely the equivalent of her just like, like kicking at your head.
Ow! My arms! I need those arms to swing my sword.
You don't need them. You're gonna lose. That's 437. Whatever the fuck you said. Take it.
Rose of Sharon. Rose of Sharon's gonna come up, bodily pick up the child, and just
Fight your world. She swaps you picking her up with her getting up, runs around behind you and gets you like in a stranglehold.
They're learning how to combat each other.
Go down! Go down! Go down!
Full breathing has Rose of Sharon launch some vines into Jonah's chest to maintain airflow.
It's cheating!
Creative.
They're both using a stance here. It's hardly cheating.
Goodbye to a world
Was it
gonna
only
sock
cheating
you on
when
the
I
back
do
of the
it?
head with its power. Take that E-power.
Try to form some vines in the back of my head to take the blow. I guess that'd be durability.
Sure. You're getting hit by Goodbye to a World. You block it.
Those vines lash out and tangle up Mercy.
You have both, like, caught yourself. Like, both of you are stuck. You can't progress further. You can't attack further. You're both, like, locked in each other.
Mallory, could you?
Oh, yeah. Color Mallory will T-cleanse.
So you get T-cleansing the vines off.
Yes, of both of them.
And then just...
There's a yay and ow! Jonah smacks his head on the floor.
Mercy adjusts her jaw with, like, a little of Haman.
Interesting.
Jonah just lands face first, his ass in the air. Very undignified.
So that's how that works.
I think I caught you that time.
Hardly. There's a
think
tie
that
at best.
It was not a tie.
Tie at best.
If you've won 430 times, you're not counting any of the times that I beat you. Therefore, this was not a tie. This was a victory.
You can't count something that doesn't
A victory
exist.
for Mercykind.
It was a tie at best, and that's only because Giuseppe interfered.
She grabs the top of the lamp, puts it on her head like a crown. That doesn't matter. I still beat you.
You most certainly did not.
Remember, Jonah, use all your resources at your availability.
I see, Giuseppe. Thank you.
Yes, I pulled you up, but you could have used those vines to assail your opponents. Turn disability into strength.
Turn disabilities into strengths. I'll try to keep that in mind. Thank you.
Of course. And look at this, Mallory. Gigi. He shows Mallory a card he just made.
You sneaky bitch.
Oh, you mean she didn't dodge whenever I patted her head?
She did not.
Hi, Richard.
Richard, you son of a bitch.
Goodbye to a card.
Goodbye to
Goodbye
a
to a
card.
card.
Goodbye to a card.
It's not like I can argue with that. She wouldn't.
I probably won't use this for a while. I still need to study more. Hold on.
Now Gigi too has the ability to kill himself.
Don't worry, he'll get better.
GG to a world.
Bird.
I can't think of a good way to use this, but
You'll come up with
for the moment, you hold on to this.
me?
I feel like if I have this in my possession, I'll probably do something stupid.
Okay.
Better somebody competent holds on to it till I can
Oh,
fully wrap my head around it.
Oh,
Richard, what are you doing?
Phase Edwin over here is gonna just be like,
What is he handing you? Doesn't look-
I forgot I had that.
I forgot about this whole... I don't know. Friend of Jonah's. I guess she must have been over at our house more often than not. I just don't seem to remember her being a part of fencing. What card is that?
I don't really remember. I haven't looked at it in years. I can't remember why.
Well, he surely didn't notice.
Edwin points at himself.
No. No, he didn't. Mallory just kind of walks up and just kind of watches Jonah. Jonah.
Jonah just rubbing his head.
It's so weird to see him like that.
He pats the side of the stairs.
Okay, if you insist.
What were you saying?
A lot has happened since everything, including a lot. Jonah got married.
Good.
You have a kid.
Good.
Even he married that Sapelli girl.
What he was always talking about.
Yeah.
Blue hair.
And
What did he say? Eyes like the stars.
stubborn as hell.
totally something Jonah would say.
I
Jonah is a hopeless romantic. Yes, he would totally say something like that.
haven't gotten a chance to meet her, really. It's been very hectic, especially. God, I'm dodging around the bush.
Sad.
Jonah died.
What? What?
It's complicated, but he got better.
Of course he did. Of course he did. It's very much like him. What?
Edwin lives in a world blissfully ignorant about stands having sentience.
There is so much I have to tell you.
I,
Bernard died. He got better. Jonah died. He got better.
Mallory. One at a time, please.
Didn't have to one at a time for me. You don't get this. Oh.
You have control. Give me the fairness of at least pacing, dear Lord, woman.
Okay, I will pace there. The more important part is you have a grandchild. Her name's Jody.
I highly doubt he wants to see me again.
Lots has happened in 10 years.
Mallory, you weren't
Edwin.
there.
And you aren't around now.
Do you know why I disappeared?
I have most of the pieces through friends.
He looks up at Jonah.
He's the one that did it to me. Never seen such hatred in his eyes. Like throwing out trash you never want to see again. Discarded rubbish. Good for nothing.
Mallory would just grab his hand. Lots of things have changed. You have too. I mean, look at you over there. She points to Edwin in the scene.
Sort of just scowling on his phone, working on something business related.
It was his mistake. Missing out on something like this.
Forgetting what possibly meant the world to you for the obsession that you've obtained.
Was it worth it?
I can't answer that. You'll have to ask him yourself.
I think I will.
Mallory would stand and kind of pull Edwin up.
Let's get going. The next time I see him, I'll be able to speak to him. I'll be able to tell him how much he meant to me.
Mallory would put Edwin in, pull Edwin in for a hug.
He does not resist it. Just kind of gently wraps a hand around your back. Just like,
Thank you, Mallory.
Welcome, sir. I'm never gonna get out of that habit. I'm never gonna get out of that habit.
I'm going to forcibly take my schedule back from you just so you do.
I left your calendar on your desk. It's kind of how we got into this mess, honestly.
My calendar?
Closure.
Well, surprise. No doors closed.
Some say when God closes a door, he opens a window.
That's what you say.
It is what I say. I'm some people.
What are you, self-aggrandizing now? Don't get lost yourself, Mallory.
I'll try.
he like gently like pokes her forehead, just like,
I know what it's like to be lost on such a goal.
I do too. Come on.
opens the door, pushes out. After which I'm going to allow you to monologue.
Is there an actual bizarre field, or is there just kind of a pseudo bizarre field like Year of the Cat?
It's a pseudo field, like Year of the Cat. You don't have to get a certain
don't
amount
listen.
correct. You just sort of, it's a way to sort of piece things together better.
Yeah, that was I feel a lot better then, because like if there was an actual field, I would be like,
No, there is no pressure to get them all right.
The star is not leading you on what you want to see, but what you need to see.
I like.
Your monologue being that the star is leading you not to where you want to go, but rather to what you need to see. I'd say that's mostly correct.
Yeah, I agree.
Take a resolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You smell open air. The fresh scent of dew on grass. Just gently after rainfall. And, well, you recognize where you are.
fuck you.
Yep.
Okay.
As soon as the fog sort of fades in, Edwin blinks, looks around, and then looks at you, Mallory, and just like,
Why are we here?
Mallory's immediately like tearing up. Unlike the other Mallory, who is
Mallory? What's going on?
I gave up.
You gave up on one.
This has to. She like points to herself and Hidari. This is like October 12th, 2131. We had 2 more gravestones commissioned for the backyard. This is only a few months after Bernard died. And it was when I gave up looking for you. And so I buried you. Farewell. And Mallory at the graves just like kneels down next to this open grave and places a singular piece of paper in.
You know, Edwin, to not be good with words, or... Well, to not... He's better with words than he is with... feelings. But... he's just gently gonna grab your hand.
She'd squeeze it. If you want, I know that letter is face up in the grave. If you want to go read it.
Right. Don't go anywhere.
I wouldn't leave without you.
He'll slowly walk up to the grave, just like...
Hey, Tally.
Hello, yes?
Will you give me 2 seconds? I have to go grab something from my backpack.
Oh my fucking god, Cat. Did you... Alright.
If you didn't expect me to do this, I didn't.
No, I
You know
didn't,
what?
and I love
No.
it.
Knowing that, just knowing Katie, this is probably one of the most Katie things of like, oh yeah, I physically wrote
It's
this.
the
Here,
most
let me go
Cat thing
get
in the
it.
world, yes. Hello, sir.
Here you go.
Wait, you're giving it to me? I have to read it! I have to read it! I can't read cursive.
I didn't know if Edwin was gonna go to the grave.
No, I can
I
read
read
it.
it in the
can read it.
meantime.
I can read it. I can read it. I'll read it in his voice as he... Yeah, this is gonna hurt, because I don't know what the fuck's on this. Okay, thanks, Cat.
Oh. Damn,
Dang.
we really said we're gonna hit Katie hard, and Katie
Katie
really
just said,
pulled the
"No,
Uno
you."
reverse card.
I wrote it in my Mallory handwriting.
So,
I hope you can read it. It's in cursive,
yes, I
I'm
can,
sorry.
I can. It's just gonna take me a little time. I mainly said that as a joke. So, Edwin, at the late sort of beginning of fall, while the tree is dark, walks up to the open grave, peering over with an almost pensive curiosity. Something one doesn't get to see ever in a lifetime of one's own grave. He doesn't expect it to be filled with a body. Peering over, his assumptions aren't wrong. But what he sees there is instead, as Mallory said, just a note.
Dear Mr. Speedwagon, I don't know what to say. I hoped when I started waiting, somehow, I'd know what to say. I thought it might come easily and I'd get closure. Here I am, unable to think of what I wish I could say. I wish you were here, though it might be a death sentence. Just to see you one more time. I feel like I opened this path for you to follow. My fault in this situation feels like walls and chains tied to my wrist. I spurred you on with my actions. And when I got scared, I ran. I failed you. I'm sorry. Love, Mallory Savelle. You never failed me, Mallory. but I see that my actions led you to believe as such.
He looks at the Mallory standing next to Adari.
That Mallory has the deadest eyes Edwin has ever seen.
That look on your face. Where did it go? The hope.
And he comes closer to her, just looking at her face, studying it. Almost like motions as if to brush the hair out of her face. Looks closer.
Was it me that gave you that look?
He slowly puts his hand back down.
I wish I didn't have to see it on you. You didn't fail me, Mallory. Mallory.
Her eyes were just be glued to the floor.
Listen to me. Your actions were your own. Your absence and your pursuit of your own happiness is not a failure to me. I failed myself by not seeing what I should have seen. Not the potential in you, not what you could do or become, but seeing you as we were. And that is my mistake. So do not let it weigh so deeply on your heart. Alright?
She'd wipe a couple stray tears from her face. Okay. I'll try.
Do you? Would you care for a hug?
Who are you and what have you done with Edwin Speedwagon? Notoriously unemotional man offering me a hug.
I don't know. I think he's still back down there. Dead in that grave.
She'd open her arms.
Gently give you a hug.
And to tell you the truth, I think I'm glad to leave him there.
If it means that maybe you can reclaim some of your own happiness. And so am I. That does not mean you get to just up and disappear again.
Oh, really?
You're not getting rid of me.
Oh, I don't mean to get rid of you. And I won't disappear. Not this time. It's the least I can do. You've been doing so much for me. Many of it Who am I kidding? All of it I did not deserve. At the very least, I'll be sticking around this time. That's a promise.
You better. I'm not gonna let you forget.
I wouldn't expect you to.
Let's go.
Yeah.
In your pocket, the compass rose star ba-doom, busts apart again.
No, you son of a bitch. Stop trying to break.
I don't think it can handle all the wear and tear you're putting me through.
I'm not wearing and tearing.
You're mending, I know.
I've always been good at sewing.
I don't believe that sewing a soul is quite the same thing as knitting a scarf.
No, it's not. But it has many of the same principles. I'm gonna write on it again.
What do you write?
Changing the world does not come all at once, because a legacy is truly what will change the world in the end.
And the star starts to glow, and gently bits and pieces of it fuse back together.
I get to pick another piece.
Choose another piece.
Build-A-Bear Tokyo.
Build-A-Bear Tokyo.
Edwin has recovered another core part of himself.
I think we're gonna go legs.
Legs? Alright, another part
So
of
accurate.
Tokyo
Legs!
re-solidifies.
Hello, Tokyo.
Edwin has regained his speed, and now in any scenario, should he need to move, his speed will be a normal 30 feet. His speed had been halved to 15 until now.
I noticed he was walking like an old man.
He was walking like an old man, yep. He's got his move speed back.
He is an old man.
Pop back on over here. Real quick, as something manifests, kind of walking alongside you. Just the legs of Neo Tokyo manifest. It's a little weird looking, but you know.
My god.
I really thought they were
Legio.
in order, but this is really out of order.
Yeah, they start just like walking forward and kicking around, and then like rotating around his head is still the head. It just like looks over at the legs, and then back at the head, and back at the legs.
This doesn't seem like a normal healing process, does it?
No! It's not. It's not in order, so this makes sense.
Have you ever felt your legs and your head about 20 feet apart?
No! Well,
I'm feeling that right about now, and my, it is strange.
I have in one instance.
What instance?
We were having a snowball fight. It's fine.
A snowball fight? I thought you were going to say during the
During what?
uprising.
We got out of the city.
Hello, legs.
Legs, stare.
New legs? New legio?
What can you do?
They bolt! And then they quick as fucking speed on back.
They can run.
No wonder.
He's gonna fuse the legs with himself. Try jogging around.
You having fun?
Oh, this is ridiculous, yes.
You look ridiculous.
Good. I feel ridiculous, but I feel better. And for some reason, I'm okay with being ridiculous.
I trip him.
Alright, roll against Neo Tokyo's speed.
I can beat.
He stops
so
just in time, and then he sees you trying to trip him. He unsummons the legs. Resummons them back in your legs.
What is
Now, Mallory, what were you trying to do there?
Have a little fun.
Well, considering you didn't want me to run away, I don't think you ever said anything about yourself running away. No?
Your legs are gonna start moving on their own.
Mallory's just flipping him off. She doesn't resist, but she's flipping him off.
Goodbye, enjoy your morning sabbatical.
You're coming with me.
Am I? I don't know, it
I'm gonna
seems like your
85
legs... Fuck. What is this?
Mallory just pulls on the string.
I feel like a balloon. Fine. Fine.
We've got more torture to go through. Apparently, I'm not exempt from it.
It's strange, but
Watch, next time we're gonna be next place we're gonna end up is what happened when I took that arrow, and then I'm gonna cry some more.
if it makes you feel any better, I'll be there.
That's what worries me.
Mallory.
Come on,
I don't think I have a choice.
Nope. Or at least 85 degrees once he's within hand-holding range.
Feeling summon legs.
Thank you.
I'm keeping the head out. It looks funny.
He's kind of goofy.
It's like a satellite, but for my own face. Do you think the Speedwagon Foundation could invest in... it's probably dumb.
What? The speed...
Tokyo themed merchandise. No one would know.
You'd
It'd
have
just
to
be a little
bring...
inside joke. Yes.
Well, it's because the Speedwagon Foundation doesn't really exist anymore.
It doesn't.
Not... well, kind of not. It's a long story.
Well, we've got a long walk ahead of us.
Well, you'll be happy to hear that I stole your office.
Good. I'm glad it's in good hands.
And it's in good hands.
Wouldn't
Though,
mind seeing what the whole place looks like. Did you do anything with it?
I wasn't in the city when everything happened. So, seems like there's a new Star Road. They seem pretty good.
There's a new Star Road.
Star Road Foundation. Founded by a one Rachel Crod.
Seriously.
They help young children with stands. We've been trying to get them to work with the school. And they're also kind of like stand police.
It worked. That's good. That's good.
There's a lot more, but we can start there.
Pacing. I don't think my heart
Pacing.
can take it.
Oh, you have no idea.
Nothing happened to my heart, right?
Nope.
Thank
I
God.
think Gigi's still trying to reattach your limbs, but
He's out there.
fixing you. And also probably fighting off those stupid TV heads.
I suppose saying I don't feel like I deserve his help isn't, it's
Oh,
kind of
you should have
redundant
seen the
at this
speech.
point.
You should have seen the speech.
The speech?
Oh, we got this whole thing set up because I had all the cards to create the thing that's helping me fix your dream here, and I didn't have enough time because I was going to get absolutely obliterated by whatever the fuck Neo Tokyo is right now. I call him Neo Brokyo.
Broke you.
Yeah, it's very weird. I don't like him. He melted my hands.
I see.
But we we borrowed a power from this girl. Her name's Hephaestus. I think she's Zeus's kid. And Gigi had this whole spiel set up so that I could use one of her abilities, which is a time stop, and it's really cool. And it really is the only reason why I got in here so safely.
So, time is currently frozen out there? Is that what
No,
I'm
it
getting?
was frozen for a few seconds, just enough to give me time to make the ability that I'm using.
And that's how you're doctoring up. That... whatever. Whatever you call that.
Points at your pocket.
Hopefully when this is done, you'll be able to know what I've written on it. For now, it's secret.
Oh. I don't get to know.
Not until the end.
You're gonna have me guessing.
It's sappy and almost as bad as that letter.
Almost as bad. Mallory, I was expecting better. I was expecting worse than that letter.
Oh, it might make you cry in a different way. This is just more helpful.
Don't sound so joyful about that.
It's a good thing.
I suppose so.
The star pulls you back in time to a place that both of you are very familiar with. You're in a room surrounded by people.
Yo, new Mackenzie art.
Look at him.
Look at him. I love him.
This is a change of scenery.
Ominous.
Said I wanted to see the office. Do you think it listened to me?
I guess so. I'm glad it didn't listen to me.
What did you say?
Oh, we were going to go back to when I stole the arrow.
This is most certainly not that.
Unless I suddenly become barging in.
Oh no. This is arguably one of the worst decisions I ever made in my life.
Mallory will grip his hand a little tighter.
And you see the Edwin in the past stand up and address the room, kind of folding his hands. And he's holding something in his left hand. Gloved. Careful not to touch it too closely.
I think Mallory winces when she sees it.
Edwin, just gently squeezes her hand back, just yep, it's gonna be rough.
What I have here is what I am beginning to call a piece of Requiem. A Requiem Arrow. I'm sure I don't have to make myself too clear on the matter that everything you're about to hear should not leave this room. This arrow has the ability to, under the right circumstances, elevate people, evolve them, proceed along the natural line, even being able to give people without stands, to be able to turn stands into greater things. This, of course, comes at a price. We at the Speedwagon Foundation do not yet know how to control its abilities, or why it can do what it does.
He says, sort of walking around the desk to stand into the center of the room, then addresses everyone.
So, as I said, I would like to begin investigations in the matter. Research, development, exploration, and testing. This arrow has the potential to change humanity's course of destiny forever. And we very few lucky ones have been granted the ability to do just that. So, from here on forth, the Star Road Project will be dedicated to understanding and manipulating this artifact. Miss Suzuki Spektor, if you would please.
A woman at the back stands up, walks forward towards him.
I am appointing you Head of Research and Development of Star Road. I would like you to take this and find anything you can out about it. Document it, study it, and report back to me with everything you find. And of course,
And she pulls out her hand with a glove on already.
I'm sure I needn't tell you not to touch it.
And he hands her the arrow.
Come May, the five of us will be heading in order to follow the last trails of where I know this thing to be coming from. If we can find any leads on its origin, that may of course push us into the right direction. Mia Zeppeli,
This woman in the back looks over.
I will need your expertise on the local area. Flora, fauna, that sort of thing. Local proverbs, stories, the like. Miss Budit, Rita, you are a tour guide in the area, yes?
This woman tilts her sun hat and is just yes, that's correct, Mr. Speedwagon.
Excellent. I would like you to lead the investigation. With Miss Spektor and Miss Spektor and Mr. Pelly here, the three of you should be more than capable. Now, as far as resources are going for this expedition, Mr. Acer? Odd? Is it odd?
The man adjusts his tie and is just like, yes, that is an acceptable thing. Odd works.
Very well. I would like to request that you and the Acer Mining Corporation supply my team here with all of the necessary equipment that they would need. This most likely is going to be an expensive project. And I would like you to know that you have the Speedwagon Foundation's full support, should anything need to be paid for. I want this to be kept under locks. I don't want anyone hearing about it, no matter what. Should you make transactions, make sure to make them as write-offs. Hide all of your progress in this research and development until we're sure that the world as a whole is ready to hear about it. Am I understood?
Yes, sir, Mr. Edwin. Sir. Yes.
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie just, like, nods.
You're their bodyguard. For whatever reason, it seems that these arrows attract unkindly people. Make sure they don't get hurt.
And Paul comes over, just sort of up to Suzuki, and says,
Pastor Paul Mackenzie, ma'am. Look forward to working with you.
She eyes him up and down. Pastor. Excellent to make your acquaintance. Well, Mr. Speedwagon, is that all?
Indeed. I need to get back to my daily work, but hopefully I should be able to make my way down there to meet up with all of you come January.
And, Suzuki turns, then nods to the others, and pulls out of her, like, she's got a bag on her. She pulls out basically a metal case, lined with, like, because you guys are near the door, you can see it much clearer, lined with, like, padding, and places the arrow gently in it, closes it, seals it, and begins to walk out, along with everyone else.
Sir,
Mackenzie says,
I hope you realize that what you just did was brave, despite what you think. Doesn't stop me from feeling uneasy about the whole ordeal. These things are dangerous, Paul. But if it's going to save humanity, then it's worth it.
Mackenzie just turns back to the table, watches what the other two vampires there are talking about, and Edwin comes back to these two, sits down at his desk, and then he's working.
Mallory just looks up at Edwin.
Like I said, one of the worst choices I made.
Why do you think we need to see this?
What?
Well, why do you think we're being shown this?
I don't know. Maybe because it seems to only want to bring up things that are hard to accept, no? Well, this is something I want to forget.
Mallory kind of puts his hand between her hands. To forget is to let the world repeat.
If I'd just kept it a secret for a little longer, maybe then, maybe with the right people.
We're not here to think about possibility. We leave that to the philosophers of the world.
What are we here to do then? If not to think on it.
Learn, listen, process.
I think I'd prefer to process whatever's next. Let's get out of this room.
It's a little stuffy.
Just a little bit.
I just told you need to replace the carpet.
I like the carpet.
It's a nice rug, but you never change it. It gets so stuffy in the summer.
It's a little bit challenging when you can't have windows open.
It is. And you did the best with what you had.
I just can't help but think if I never came into their lives, I could have. I know you said not to think on possibilities, but I can't help it. It's so natural.
It is. But sometimes it's more damaging than the things that actually happened. God knows what I thought over and over again if I had just stayed. Didn't leave the Speedwagon Foundation and stayed. It only worsened my guilt. Don't let it worsen yours. Please.
Alright. Stop blaming yourself.
I will work on unlearning this thing that I have been doing for 20 years.
Then I'll work on accepting what happened.
Come on.
Is that an acceptable deal, Mallory?
Yes.
You can't
I'll
drag
drop
me
the
on yet.
I'll drop the paperwork when we're no longer stuck in a memory loop.
Good enough for me.
God damn it.
God, I love them so much.
Drop the paperwork.
And the world seems to pull you back in time yet again. No, this is forward. It felt like back in time at first. That's strange. You find yourself on the streets of Electrocity, following closely behind Edwin, who's using the lights of Electros at this moment.
Mallory squints. It's such a
I love this art.
plain suit.
I didn't want to stand out.
Fair enough.
I think it's more or less reasonable, don't you?
I think so too.
Where am I going?
We're down by the rebel base. Come on.
Alright. That place.
Edwin, or Mr. Electros, is walking with purpose. Quickly.
Your legs are so long.
There they are, I'm trying to keep up. I'm glad that you somehow managed to bring my movement speed back. God. I can
Got
shuffle.
your legs back, old man.
Yes, you did. Do you want them?
No.
I can make you walk over into the water.
And I will just sink.
Sink in defiance or sink out of necessity?
Yes. Where are you going? What are you doing?
I guess I'm going to the base.
He walks up.
What is here?
I don't remember.
Edwin just pushes open the door and walks in. And you hear a soft southern voice just say, "Oh, there you are. Wonderful. Meg, Mercy, if you could, this is the man from the Star Road project."
Hey.
Hello there.
It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance, you two.
Likewise.
Now, Meg, I want you to say goodbye to your little troublemaker friend.
Mallory leans over to Orange Edwin. Is that the one that was hanging out with Jonah?
I think so. Same name.
Looks like I'm being called away, Mercy.
It's alright. Maybe I'll be back around sometime. I don't know.
You better be.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And then,
He has to go out on his nighttime raid.
Mr. Electros walks up.
I apologize for any inconveniences that you had to undergo during the time in which it took me to get here. I know a child showing up in your basement isn't exactly something you're used to.
Oh, it's quite alright. It's just good to know that she'll be getting a nice home. After all, I don't want to, anything bad to happen to her. What, out in the streets of Electros or what have you?
I can assure you, she will be going to the best of homes.
Well, that puts my heart right. Alright, Mick, dear. Say goodbye now.
Bye.
Goodbye. Mercy waves. Mallory, Edwin, she looks like she's about, 4 or 5.
Meg shoots finger guns.
And then Edwin just looks down at her.
Would you care to take my hand, dear?
Sure.
Very well. I am going to take you to a place called Star Road. I assure you you're going to like it there. And then we're heading home.
Alright. He just kind of walks through Edwin. Edwin is staring dumbfounded.
Did you adopt another kid?
I don't... Did I?
Oh, that is so...
I don't... Mercy. When the Starwood project started, it was very commonplace for me to try and find new homes for kids who had been out in the streets. I don't remember this at all. Mallory, this is weird.
And she was hanging out with Jonah? I don't know.
Why would I not remember her?
Why would I not remember her hanging out with Jonah?
Why would I not remember adopting her? That doesn't add up.
Talon.
Yes?
Mallory has the card on her. And because that card was pulled directly from Mercedes, being able to try to brute force brains roll it to even try to remember a little bit. Because it was technically part of Mercy.
I think if you're touching the card, that's completely reasonable.
Okay. I will spend the bizarre point to have the card. Just on her. Like she keeps it on her. She doesn't know why she keeps it on her at all times, so she keeps it on her. Can I add sentimental to this?
God, yes.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's just a +1, but I'll spend a resolve on that. There we go.
Oh,
You're gonna be rolling against the super universe, because this is trying to remember someone who's been deleted from all of time?
I know.
Oh my.
oh my lord.
Super universe said, fuck you, I guess?
I'm gonna spend a plot point. I was muted, I didn't realize that.
Oh, yours?
Hello, Richard.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this an escalation.
Alright, you escalate against the super universe.
Yeah, you wanna know how I'm making this an escalation? On that card is a secondary card that was attached that she didn't notice when her thumb rolls over it. Oh, that's funny. That's the little funny sun thing that gives you a +5 to every roll you do. And it just says, don't forget.
Man,
Don't forget, take your drugs.
Alright, I'll take that. Okay.
Oh.
Super universe fail.
On an escalation, what do you want to remember?
Oh, that's such a big trying to remember who that is and why Edwin would possibly adopt her. And if you want a specific set of memories, I would go with the world's funds that
Yeah, because you're here right now, I think that's the most reasonable.
Same.
You remember, Mercy Speedwagon. She was Jonah's adoptive sister? That's strange that came out of your mind. Now it comes sort of quickly back to you. You've been here with her, not just once, but twice. You remember breaking into this place with her, which is strange, because previously you had thought that was just with Jonah. But it was actually her that instigated it.
Mallory just kind of holds the card, frozen, absolutely dumbfounded.
What?
Mercy. Why?
Are you Is something clicking? Because I still have no idea.
She's Jonah's sister.
What?
She was the reason why we went all those shenanigans.
You mean here?
Yeah, we broke in, we got the red record, we came out. At the caretaker.
Caretaker. The caretaker? That gallant fellow that you told me about?
Yeah, this wasn't Jonah's idea. Jonah rarely instigated. It was always her.
That makes sense. My mind keeps telling me Jonah's too straight-laced to do this sort of a thing, but I suppose I guess I just made a...
It was very
Mercy.
easy. Mercy.
Mercy, who were you?
Mercedes.
Well, yes. I meant it in a more... God, you like taking my grand questions and narrowing them down to the most simple... You know what I mean.
Yeah, Oh, that makes sense.
Does
that
it?
Card, that card Gigi gave me when we saw Jonah fighting Gigi. It's her card. I kept it on me at all times for I don't know why, but it made me sentimental. And it's because of her.
Like a part of you hold on to without knowing why.
Uh-huh.
Like these memories that I hold on to without knowing why.
Yeah.
Do you think she's why?
You're a more sentimental man than you would love to get let on most of the time, so I would say
Oh,
yes.
stop it.
Listen,
I'm sentimental enough to stick around long enough for you to find your way here, so I guess that's valid.
you sat there staring at your dead wife's spot in the table for 10 years.
Chalk it up to vapid incontinence. I think, Mallory, that you are making assumptions about my sentimentality, and I don't much appreciate that. I'm going outside.
Alright.
I'm following the mysterious daughter that I apparently adopted.
She's... Yep.
Edwin just kind of watches himself and Mercy walk hand in hand back to car, talking and yammering on about very inane, stupid things that Mercy keeps bringing up. One of the things she brings up is about how the fact that there were payphones in that building, and she doesn't know why you would have a payphone in a building.
She does bring up a good point. I don't know what...
Shut the up.
That was not a jab at you!
I know. I know, but I thought it'd be funny if I said it.
Do you think it would be... Is this place still here?
Yes. I think so. I haven't talked to Billy in a very long time.
Maybe she knows.
Maybe. Maybe Jonah knows.
Maybe. I think I'd prefer talking to her first, I'm not going to lie.
You don't have to go talk to Jonah. I can go talk to Jonah.
Does he...
He knows I'm alive. Probably.
That's good.
I don't think I've
You
talked to
keep
him in a
into
while.
contact with... Okay. Mallory.
Listen!
Okay, maybe your sentimentality does have a few blind spots. That's okay. He got married, he's his own adult now, he'll be fine.
He got better.
Sorry, I'm being overprotective.
You're always overprotective.
I know.
It's one of the best qualities of you. You protect your family.
Even when I shouldn't.
Come on. Otherwise, you're gonna start spiraling again.
Okay, alright, fine. Let's see where they go.
You start to feel the star pulling you this way, actually.
Oh my god, hold on. I'm getting dragged. You're coming with me.
Oh, what? But,
Your dreams say we go
but,
this way.
but the
We will
mystery
find
girl.
more- Yes, we will find more of her later.
Okay, fine.
You start to feel it dragging off into the fog of the memory, onto another one. it seems like this is pulling you very far back in time.
Oh god, how far back in time?
You can make a brains roll to get a specific year.
That's an 11. I'm adding the cheat sheet.
Okay, if I roll a 12, okay, it was an escalation, but, you know. Alright. This is taking you to the year 2050.
2050.
2050.
Alright, I'm good.
You are immediately accosted by the sounds of a subway station.
Oh, why? Okay, there's a bunch of lovely people. Okay, subway station.
Subway station.
Any idea where this is?
Shoot. Look for a sign.
I look for a sign.
You see a sign that says East Electros.
Okay, we're in Electrons.
Alright.
We're 20 years past Electros being founded.
Very early in.
Yep.
Is this my memory still?
I wasn't alive.
I would hope it wasn't yours. I just don't remember the context.
Mallory's just gonna look around.
The train pulls into the station and stops, its wheels screeching. And a door opens and a bunch of people step out, one of which you recognize.
Oh, there.
Well,
He's carrying a suitcase.
Going to work?
It's a big suitcase.
What the fuck are you carrying?
oh.
He seems to, like, head on up this way. Some of the people come off to go onto other train stations, and he starts to head up.
Are you dragging your wife in that suitcase?
I don't have. Did you just say boyfriend? I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh, I said wife!
What the fuck? That's even
Mallory,
worse.
too soon.
That's even worse. What is wrong with you, Savell?
I'm a little bit of a sadist.
A bit of a sadist, she says.
Come on, let's go. Listen, I've been packed in a suitcase. It's not that bad.
Information, Mallory, too much of it.
I didn't want to pay for a plane ticket.
So you shipped a corpse.
Yes.
Fair enough.
God,
I love them too.
God. Fucking damn it, Dave.
The subway stares into a bustling, busy city. And the Edwin you're following, carrying the suitcase, sort of just, once he reaches the top of the stairs, just sort of like breathes in deep, looks around, eyes wide, looking at all the people, all the motion, at all the lights. Lights of Electros beaming in down different billboards and signs and stoplights and overhead lights, and he just sort of takes it all in for a moment. And Purple Edwin just says to you, Mallory,
I think I remember now. First day in the city.
Oh.
Does it surprise you that I was once new to Electros?
No.
I know I appear as old as time to many, but I did have to learn once. Why this specific scene, though? Can't quite remember.
Maybe there's a deeper meaning saying you'll have to remember how to learn once again because you're an old man.
It sounds a little bit too...
Hey, so Mallory, a knife goes right past your vision.
Oh my god. I look at the direction. I'm assuming up.
Up and like this direction.
That way? Okay, I turn around.
You see a little bit of a fight going on both the top of a building and the top of a street lamp.
She'll just turn Edwin.
Oh. Do you think we should...
Oh, that's something important that I should tell you.
Do you think we should tell him?
As the other Edwin is still walking away.
I'll figure it out.
It's probably at this point that Mackenzie like tries to fucking shoot Mercury or something.
Like, Mackenzie takes his hands, both like doing the cross pose, one holding a pistol, the other holding a grenade, and he fires at Mercury.
Mercury just kind of like dives out of the way and just is going to tackle straight through Eleanor Rigby and just kind of like anti-gravity fulling them this way and just stab him on this one.
As just like blood starts to pour out of his chest, Eleanor Rigby unsummons, and you guys would notice that every single person around you just melts into the ground. Every single one. All of them.
Yep, that tracks.
I'm
remember now?
Mercury just drops
It's
to the
coming back to
ground.
me.
Lets Mackenzie's body just fall.
The Edwin in the past,
Starts to clean off the blood. Ugh.
slowly watching in the distance. Kind of like darts behind this tree.
Mercury just very casually starts to look around at all the melting people and all that. Are there any witnesses to that? I don't want to have to relocate again. Mercury looks over at Edwin, at this man.
He steps out from behind the tree, unsummons, so Mercury doesn't see.
Oh, great. Jesus Christ. I have to deal with this.
I don't mean to be a bother, but
He looks around.
really, in the middle of the street?
Look, I had to. He ruined my entire set of gloves that I had just bought.
So you killed him?
He's fine. He's just being a drama queen.
Maybe you'll think about your actions before the Lord this time.
No, I won't.
At least consider repenting.
Edwin seems a lot less taken aback than a normal person would be. He's just more so just like,
Oh. Wait. You're... Oh! Oh my god.
Mercury just kind of raises an eyebrow.
Oh my god, I'm not the only one. Oh my god, I'm not the only one. You're...
walks forward.
Pardon the intrusion. I must know. Are you... you know...
Mercury looks over at Mackenzie, kind of giving a look of like, do I have to deal with this? Is this
Mackenzie
is this
gives
what
him a
tonight
look,
is?
and the body language says you could just kill him if you wanted to.
That's true. I could just. That would be very easy. All right. Mercury takes out a knife and then is just gonna throw it at Edwin.
He's going to reflexively, like, without even knowing what he's doing, his fingers Jacob's ladder apart, lightning bolt deflects the knife. And he looks at it.
I'm not saying anything like I know that you don't want to be approached by the police or anything. I'm not the police, believe me.
Mercury kind of like looks at what he did, uses the wire to like pull back the knife, and then's like, okay, killing you would be a lot more work.
Are you...
I care for.
I'm new to Electros. Are you the only ones like you, or are there more like you here? Because I would like to know.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, we're the only ones, but I don't exactly pay too much attention.
Does this prove it to you? I know what is going on here.
He's going to lift up, like, the edge of his, like, contact lens.
I see. I thought those eyes looked like that color.
Hiding in
And then he kind of
our
like
effort.
He kind of blinks a bit, his referring to his own contacts.
I knew it. So there are more.
Yes, there are.
Do you know what to call yourselves?
Well, he calls us sinners that need to repent, but he calls
Those
everyone
who
that.
need to repent shall walk this earth forever. Cursed to
Mercury kind of
retell
does the
their
thing of
sin.
like the talking hand thing and like blah, blah, blah,
And then he
blah,
just
blah.
goes,
Amen, and do not take a sermon in vain. Ready. You know I tolerate most of your disrespect, but that's a tad too far.
Well, I'm sure there are others. I mean, we didn't just pop out of nowhere.
Is it at all possible that you could take me to them? Like, is there like a subculture? Is there a... I'm from America. I just got off the plane.
I see, that's why your Japanese isn't the best.
I'm working on it.
he says in very fractured Japanese.
Kind of weighs all the options in his head, kind of thinking about, I could just leave. That would be easy. But he also seems rather persistent, so that would probably be more annoying. It would probably just be easier to
There's like a
take him and
subconscious
then just be done
conversation
with him.
between Mercury and Mackenzie where they both realize it would be quicker to just get this over with and move on.
Yeah.
This guy seems way too enthusiastic.
Yeah, too enthusiastic about this.
Yeah.
Alright, fine.
Amazing! To think that there would be more here, just right out the corner. I'm sorry, I will still my anticipation for later. You must understand, I have lived most of my life with being the only one.
Quick question.
Yes.
Quick question.
What?
Your name doesn't start with Q, does it? Otherwise, you're going to join a group that is very annoying, I'm sure.
What do you mean? No, it doesn't.
Good.
What?
I hate those guys.
Amen.
Edwin just like quizzically starts following them, and when they don't stop him from following them, he quickens his pace.
I love you guys.
Mallory looks at Edwin. That was really dorky.
Shut up.
Oh, it does bring up a good point. Mercury did get better.
You did?
Oh, he's
Better
only
from-
been back for about a month.
Do you know what happened to him?
Same thing that happened to Bernard.
What happened to Bernard?
Bernard came back as a cat, that's about all I know.
No, I mean...
Oh no. I don't know what the fuck happened to that side. Mercury died, apparently.
How did
Bernard
he...
died.
Look, I've known a lot of vampires, and he was... one of the strongest. Him and the father. Mackenzie's still around, right?
Mallory looks at him.
What? Is there something
Do
wrong?
you remember the reset?
Do I remember what?
The reset.
I can't say I know what you're talking about. So,
When the vampire apocalypse happened, things went to hell, and then things suddenly reset about 3 months. We went back in time 3 months.
Mallory, You mean the uprising? My backup plan? Mallory, that never got off the ground. That never happened.
Mallory just stares at him.
I was still trying to convince them to...
It happened.
What?
What's the last date that you remember before you went into the void?
I just met up with Jonah for his birthday. I guess... Mercy must have been there too, probably. Maybe. I remember someone else. I can only assume it was her. It's the last thing I remember before getting hunted down, after he figured out what I was doing. I only had so much time.
Probably because you had more time and executed your plan.
Is
The
this...
vampire uprising happened.
Why don't I remember it, then?
I have one thought, which is Mercedes. You can't remember her. You can't remember
the reason. And I can't remember her. I think you're onto something, Mallory. But I don't know what it means.
I have a feeling if we keep going, we'll find out.
Alright. Normally I'd walk forward with apprehension, but I want to know. Let's go.
Okay, long legs, calm down.
Fine, I'll be less
Hold my
energetic
hand.
than my...
At least I can keep up that way.
Just looks at her.
Fine. God, you're imparting upon me so many touchy-feely emotions.
You have to deal with me.
I'm not used to it.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. Probably closer to longer because of...
At least I'm better than Mercury about it.
Everyone's better than Mercury about it. But
Light
what I was-
post.
The important thing is Mercury's only been back for about a month, and I have a feeling that he will not be happy if he finds out that you're back.
Then we don't tell him.
We don't tell him, great.
Then we don't tell him.
Great.
Him and I were never close. It's fine, he can learn later. He can learn later.
He's immortal. We've got all the time in the world.
That's what I thought.
Mallory, this one immediately comes to mind, and I'm not even going to make you roll for it because you know this state like the back of your hand. 28
End of
eight.
October 28.
You find yourself back in the Speedwagon Foundation.
Oh, the Speedwagon Foundation. We're here.
We're here. Why are we here again?
I'm just going to listen. What do I hear?
Hushed voices coming from Edwin's office.
Okay. Just gonna open the door. Very apprehensively.
You see your own back.
Okay. I was going to close the door.
Mallory,
No need to go in there.
what do you mean no need to... There's clearly something in there if you're acting this... Get out of my way.
He pushes the door open.
What could possibly be so bad?
This Mallory would just kind of step up and the letter across the desk.
It's a stunned moment as Edwin takes it, but less emotions than the one you're standing next to.
The current Mallory would just be like, why do our worst moments happen in this office?
You can't blame it on the rug this time.
I can't. I can only blame it on myself.
You're blaming yourself. I'm blaming myself. What does it matter whose fault it is when bad things happen? Everyone suffers.
True.
Walks right through you.
Mallory shudders. To think I don't know. I looked so happy there. I was getting on with my life.
Did it lead you places you were happy with?
For the most part. I got to see the world.
You wanted to see the world, yes. Was it as great as you imagined?
Some of it. But there were these long, empty portions where I felt like I shouldn't have left. And I should just go back home.
I am no man to say one choice was right and the other wrong. You went after what you believed in. Why would you fault yourself for that?
I know you're right.
Do you not want me to be right? I can entertain this guilt for a little while, if you wish.
There's just so much I probably should have told you.
No, Mallory. You're not the only one.
You see the other Edwin get up out of his chair. He has an aura of... well, it's kind of easy to see it. It's an aura of guilt. He pushes open the door.
But it seems like a chance to make the right choice is here. I would like you to see what happens next.
Okay.
I'll be there with you this time.
Step out through the hallway.
You see Edwin going towards the, what looks like a washroom. Opens the door, steps inside. And he just leaves the door open.
Mallory, looks at Edwin. Should I follow?
He nods.
Don't just step in.
Edwin's gonna just stand in the door. You hear the sound of water on. Edwin splashing water on his face. Looks up at himself in the mirror. Looks down into his hands. And just mutters to himself.
I could tell her. I could. I'm sure she'd understand. But of course I'm not going to. No. That would make too much sense. Edwin Speedwagon making friends and connections, don't be ridiculous. I'll do just as you say, sir, she says. Never actually talking to you, never actually seeing you. It won't be too easy for you to hold on to something good. I just want to know. Is it so bad to want to know?
He takes something out of his pocket. A small yellow rock. And palms it.
Is it so bad to want to know? Inspiring, Agate.
He says, looking at himself into the mirror. There's a shockwave of yellow electric power. His eyes glow gold for a second. He looks at himself in the mirror. Just frowns.
Mallory turns around to the other Edwin.
I bet you're confused, at least mildly.
Yes.
When I got the arrows, it wasn't just them. They came with this. I considered it a gift at the time, but now I'd call it more of a curse. Do you ever wonder why I saw so much potential in you, Mallory?
Every day.
It wasn't metaphorical. I mean, I could literally see potential in you. In anyone. You got me the best employees, the best researchers, the best money could buy. But no matter what I did, it never changed my own.
Mallory just looks up at him and grabs his hand. I'm not going to say something overarchingly sweet and say, why did you need to feel the need to change yourself? Because I know the answer to that. I was there, I felt the need to change myself for so many people. But you are not defined by whatever the fuck a magical rock tells you.
I suppose I know that.
Doesn't mean you believe it.
Nor do the faces that I put on, day by day. Some of them just want to defy it. And isn't that only natural? To want to prove the world that tells you your worth is wrong.
If it's any consolation. I don't know what it is, but I think you have more potential now than you ever did. And I don't need a body clock to tell me that. Or an arrow. Or anything.
Is it idiotic of me to say I thought you'd be mad that I kept this a secret? I didn't want you to think that I only hired you because of this. You already devalued yourself enough. I didn't want to add more.
I think at the time, I understand not telling me. Am I a little upset that you never told me in general? Maybe a little. But I'm not going to blame you. I'm not going to be upset at you. And, you know, we can move forward.
Thank you.
And if it means anything, I forgive you.
It does. It really does.
Come on.
Yes.
There's plenty of things you can tell me.
I think I'm tired of watching myself cry anyway.
I'm tired of watching my past self.
Let's get out of here, shall we?
One more memory, one more step closer to getting out of here and fixing everything.
I know I don't need to say it. I know you did it on your own, but thanks for coming for me. Thanks for not just leaving me to rot.
You're welcome. Edwin. Happy?
Content.
I'll try to get in the habit of
You'd better, else I might just up and vanish again.
No. I don't want to have to get my hands melted off again.
Or have to sell another bird.
I want to sell another part of my soul!
You did what?
We're talking about that later. Pacing. It was only a tiny part, don't worry.
Better have been.
It was not even a full bird.
I'm not worth part of your soul.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. Fine. I'll be quiet. If you just want to walk in the silence.
I want you to stop trying to convince me that it wasn't worth it.
Fine. Fine. Fine.
Right? Oh, Star, where are we going?
The star pulls you forward in time. And you find yourselves standing outside a building.
Where?
Electricity.
I can tell by the architecture.
At a coffee shop. Does this ring any bells?
Oh, I've been to a lot of coffee shops.
Go for a drink?
After this, yeah.
I don't even know if we can drink in here.
No hurt in trying.
Probably.
As soon as you enter, you hear two voices talking.
Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Stupid!
Yep.
Well, hey, now you can play into Mallory realizing it too.
Absolutely freezes!
What is the coffee called?
I just realized where we are.
Fill me in?
You remember us going for coffee after the record shop?
We always went for midnight coffee.
And you're telling me everything about Star Road.
Oh.
And your plan.
Oh. No. At night, why? Mallory, I don't want to relive that. I don't want to see that again.
She just grabs his arm.
I don't want to let you down again.
Then stay.
Grips your hand tight.
We're being shown this for a reason.
I know. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No, I don't like it either. I was terrified.
I was destroyed.
This is what I was referring to when I said I ran.
The Edwin at the table sips his coffee. His eyes looking out the window.
Mallory,
Sir?
would you like to help me with this special project of mine?
I'm sure I've got the time. What is it?
I've been working on something over the past few years. But it's not complete. I need to run a few more trials first, but with any luck, I might be on the path to saving people all across the world. Curing disease, decay, death, you name it. I call it the Star Road Project.
Alright.
Our goals are to... Maybe it would be easier if I just showed you.
He pulls out a piece of paper and he shows you a sketch of the Requiem Arrow.
This.
Mallory pales. More than she already is.
This artifact has immense power in it. It is able to evolve people on contact to degrees the likes of which we've never known. It has so much untapped potential within it. We at the Star Road Project are trying to understand that. We are trying to take that potential and harness it for the betterment of society and humanity as a whole. I want your help, Mallory. I want your help making people stronger, making people better, making people greater than they've ever been before. I think you would be great at it. You already know me. We get along great. It would be perfect.
Mallory sets the paper down with a shaky hand. Edwin, I don't know what to say.
If it's a matter of time, I can get you time off. We pay well with the Speedwagon Foundation, after all.
I know your pay rates, sir. I don't know what I would do. I don't have any experience in research or testing or any sort of science background.
But you're a vampire. You're already one step closer to what I'm trying to achieve here. Listen,
Yeah?
Mallory. You and I are different from the rest of humanity. You and I don't have to worry about the next day being our last. We get to sit here for the rest of time, existing. I want to do something with that time. I want to leave an impact on humanity so great that they'll never be the same again.
Doesn't the Speedwagon Foundation already do that?
They do that, but not enough. I have the option. Wouldn't you, when handed something with such great power, do something with it? It would be foolish of me to just simply let it by and not do anything with it. I must. Don't you see?
Of course. I admit it is enticing.
Imagine. No one would have to worry about it anymore. Poverty would become a non-issue. People could live out their dreams, no matter how long it takes.
Let me think on it, will you? It's a lot to take in at once, and I would have to,
Think on it?
think on it.
What is there to think on? Am I missing something here? What is there to think on? Mallory.
I'm just feeling a bit overwhelmed. It's a big task to take on.
Oh, of course, it's a big task. Yes.
And I want to make sure that I am, in the right state of mind, so nothing like before happens.
But you will think on it, right? I could really use your help.
Of course.
You've always been able to keep me stable. You've always been able to keep me on track. Having that sort of organization again, it would be... You don't understand how much you helped me in the past, how much you could help me. Please, won't you think about it?
She nods. I will think about it. Just give me a couple days, okay? Especially after today with all the record stuff.
Right.
It's been a long night.
I'm afraid my concept of sleeping times has all but escaped me. So, you'll have to excuse me for if I am overwhelming you.
It's alright, sir. Let's head home, yeah?
Alright.
Pushes in his chair.
I could tell, you know.
You could?
Your voice betrayed every moment. Rejection like that hurts so much more. When you know the other person isn't willing to say it to your face.
I wanted to tell you so much.
No. I was such an idiot. I was so forward about it. If I had just been more... I don't know why I snapped like that. I don't know why I snapped at you like that. Must have just been a long day. I'm sorry.
I really wanted to tell you about why I was so unwilling. And it wasn't just your obsessiveness or your insistence. It was that arrow. The thought of it being used scared me.
Arrow?
You don't remember much from after I stabbed your hands, do you?
Not particularly, no. I remember being a puppet, more or less.
I apologize for that. But no, I took the arrow, thinking that it would have made me that perfect image of potential you always saw me as. And I'm sure the memory will come to us.
You took the arrow?
Yeah.
That's how it ended up with Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
It was you?
It was me.
I had no idea.
Come on. You'll see more of it soon, I'm sure.
I'm still sorry. I hope you realize.
And I'm still sorry for plenty of things as well.
Pushes open the door.
We have lots of forgiving for each other to give and take.
Alright. Which way?
Which way?
Seems to be pulling you to the right.
This way. Away from whatever that was.
An absolute failure, that's what that was.
Listen, we both fail at a lot of things there.
Communication? That might be the main one. God. I can't help but think of how much of an idiot I was. That way?
That way?
I don't know why I expected there to be cars here.
I'm sure we could walk into a car and it wouldn't hurt.
Probably.
You start to feel yourselves pulled forward. Not far forward. 3 or 4 years later.
Lovely.
You suddenly see Edwin's back, walking down a hallway.
Where are we?
Oh. Star Road. The other one.
The other one? The
Yes,
first one?
indeed.
Okay. I assumed as much because I've seen Star Wars Foundation.
Yes, this is the American branch.
Oh. I didn't know you had a branch in America.
We heard a lot of things in America.
Yeah?
Well, if we're where I think we are, I think you're about to see.
We'll step in.
You see what looks like a glass cage around a room. Edwin is standing there up next to the side of the bed and seems to be holding out what looks like a small, iPad type tablet, and he's tapping on it, and you hear him say,
Alright, T4K, how is she doing?
No signs of change in progress, sir. All good on this side.
you see a small, what looks like a robot, bow on the other side.
The robot.
Would you like to collect this data from me?
Sure, give me 1 second, sir.
The robot, T4K, comes over to the wall and places one of her hands up against the wall into what looks like a small computer device, and you see, kind of slumped against the wall over here, is another one. The robot then powers down, and you see this other one power up and come over to Edwin. Take the data, and begins scrolling through it with two, like, holographic fingers. Edwin then looks through the cage and says,
Oh, you're awake, sweetheart. Are you doing alright?
and you see someone in the bed. Someone that looks oddly familiar.
Who is she?
That's weird. This is Edwin's memory. But you've seen her face before. Recently? Definitely recently.
Mallory will turn to Edwin.
My daughter. She was born with a stand.
You notice the Edwin in front of you holds out a clipboard, starts writing down on it, and says a few words out, which are basically like,
Let's perform your routine checkup, shall we?
and then she's like,
Oh, okay.
it's very breathy. It sounds like it's forced out. And as you look at this girl, you see she's like, I'm gonna zoom in on this again because it's easier to see on a zoom. It's like you're looking at like a 7-year-old and also like an 80-year-old at the same time.
Why do I know her? I've
You
seen her.
know her?
I've seen her. I don't know where.
I kept this all mostly on the down low. I know you figured out I had
Oh,
things going on, but I never
I've
showed
figured
you a
out quite a
picture.
lot, especially since you've been dead.
That makes sense. I didn't want to assume what you knew and what you didn't know.
I've met some people.
I see. Anyway, she was born with a stand that, well, it's easier to understand through T4K there. We designed T4K to be able to interact with her, be a caretaker.
And you notice the robot gets over, and as its back is like turned, it like gently hands out like a glass of water to the girl in the bed, and she takes it. And you see the arm of the robot, as it gets closer to her, starts to cover and coat over in rust. And just as she takes the glass of water, the arm snaps off. And then she comes back over here, reaches out to the wall with a stub of an arm that has snapped off, and puts it into like a cylinder of metal, pulls it back out, and has a new arm.
She was designed to be destructible. To be something that could be her caretaker amidst all of this.
And you hear the Edwin say,
Alright, now summon your stand, Nissa.
Okay.
and you see a
What was the
form,
name?
Nissa. And you see a form show up behind her, kind of just leaning its arm on the bed.
Alright. Everything looks good from here. You're all good. You're being very brave, sweetheart.
She nods, and she like grabby hands waves over to T4K, who heads over to the computer desk and picks up a piece of paper for her, and like comes over to the glass and like shows it to Edwin, and Edwin looks at it and just chuckles.
You're progressing on your engineering? You're gonna give your mom a run for her money soon enough. These look wonderful. Now, what could I be forgetting? Right! I brought you something, sweetheart. Here.
He goes up to the glass wall and places something in a small, like, you know how you would pass something into like a like a quarantine zone.
Yeah.
Passes it through to T4K. He takes a small little gift over to the bedside. And she, like, leans over and looks at it. She unlocks it, or she unwraps the gift and reveals a Star Road Universe Lego set. And places it on the bed. And the stand kind of floats over and starts, like, picking up and placing Lego pieces together happily. And then Edwin just smiles and says,
I should be in town for the next week. See you in a little bit. I'm going to say hello to Mom. Alright?
and then Nissa smiles and waves, and Edwin comes over here, places his hands up next to the robot that is currently shut down. You notice a shock of electricity. The one near the bed starts to move to the same motions as Edwin and reaches over to the bed and gives her a hug. This lasts for a moment. T4K rolls back. Arms rusted. Retrieves new arms. And Edwin starts to walk towards the door.
We did everything we could to make sure she had a life. Her Stan's ability, she couldn't disable it. So, it would affect everything around her. We were hoping to maybe use the Star Road project to
Save her?
Yes.
Mallory would just smile a little bit.
You notice that she's putting the Legos together into the shape of a star.
Mallory would go to follow other Edwin.
He seems to be walking with purpose down to this room.
Mallory,
What?
God, I just need a breather for a moment. I'm sorry. Look, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
She'll take his hand. Deep breaths. You don't need to breathe, though.
You know I don't need to.
You see a small, like, waiting chamber, staircase down, what seems to be a console with which to enter access, and a door that's slightly ajar.
She'll go through the door.
And you enter into a room and you see something, just sort of in the corner.
Hello, balloon.
The balloon gently bobs. You hear a voice just saying,
We could use it. It could save her.
Look, I understand your sentiments, sweetheart, but we're so close to finding another solution. Can't we just wait a few more weeks?
You're right. I don't want to admit you're right, but you're right. We could try vampirism, but
too risky.
Very. It could decay quicker.
Well, Edwin leans like his, the past Edwin leans like he's leaning his elbows like on the back of this rolling chair, and he's just like,
I can't help but feel like we're running out of time.
You always say that. Aren't you supposed to be the immortal one?
Yes, and being immortal lets you see things differently. And from my perspective...
Look, just take the day off. Enjoy the time with your kids. Try to take a breath for once. Goodness. Look, will this help? I'm sending off the instructions for F4-NG to Dreamcorp tomorrow. We'll have our first test match. If it works to your specifications, it should be just as effective. You could go out into the sun with your son. What do you think?
I'll wait to see the results. I don't want to be that hopeful.
Oh, come on. Seriously now. Why do you have to be so down in the dumps about it all the time you hear her stand up? Look here, Edwin. Things are going to be okay. You just have to have a little faith.
Alright, maybe you're right. Do you need to get back to work?
Yes, but I do enjoy seeing you. I'll be out for dinner. Gives him a quick kiss on the cheek, sits back down, and Edwin moves out through the door. Pauses for a moment. Looks at the stand. And then keeps walking. And then Edwin next to you, Mallory, is just like...
Idiot. Go grab it. Idiot. Go grab it. God damn it.
Mallory just watches him. What's it do?
Suzuki's stand. It's called One More Time with Feeling. You see the balloon there?
Yeah.
If you pop it, the next thing you do succeeds. No matter what.
You are alive, but your scars are healing wrong.
And you could have conceived.
I could have,
Inside your room has come
but I held on to it,
and it's pushing
thinking there was a better time.
to the flickering lights it cannot get beyond. Everyone takes turns.
He just hugs Edwin.
Now it's yours to play the part.
If I just...
They're sitting all around you, holding copies
He just sobs into your shoulder.
in the misery inside their
It's okay.
eyes, synchronized and reflecting
Damn it.
into yours.
Damn this stupid quest of mine. Damn this stupid curse. Damn this stupid... Stand.
Try it again.
Why didn't I see it? I could have just...
Just a rhythm. Say
with that balloon.
until you know
Nissa's stand could have been nullified.
is right.
She could have been fine. She could have been fine.
She just squeezed him a little harder.
You said you looked into everything. Did you learn what happened here?
Looks up at him.
Yeah, I know what happened. And I think I know a little more than you do. About some things.
Like what?
Like, we'll get to it. Hey, Sam.
No, you keep saying that. Let's go then.
Right, come on.
Let's go. This place. Thought good memories were supposed to feel good.
Sometimes good memories can feel bad. But that's them not make them any less good.
I just wish I could see them again.
You want to go see them?
So very much.
Where did you go? Where are they? Let's go.
This way. This way, they're in the lobby. There. They're waiting for us to go out to dinner. It's a big night. I was in the town for the week. You know how it is. I couldn't be here too often. You know.
And you see out in the lobby there are 3 figures sitting around. One of them's on a laptop, gaming.
Gamer.
You know who they are then.
I know most of them.
Hero. Aphelion. Ricine.
There was so small.
Edwin seems to be sitting down, telling them grand stories.
I feel like Aphelion is just like sitting there and like just you know how like a child will hang on to every word that an authority figure says in a story as if it is gospel, even if it makes no fucking sense. It's that.
I do have one question for Westley. Does Mallory know about Tokyo Ghetto?
Tokyo Ghetto? If you spend a plots point,
I'll
sure.
spend a plus point for that.
It's like worthwhile with your Bard connections. What hero we doing?
Yeah, it's easy. Hero has a little notebook out and is writing everything Edwin says down.
Wouldn't you know it? I predicted you. I put a little notebook on the table. It's one of those moleskin journals.
Oh no.
And I will say, Roycine is not even looking over. She has her headphones on.
Gamer!
Gamer.
Mallory just mutters,
No wonder he ended up like that. He looks just like you.
Ooh. What?
Okay.
Okay, Mallory,
sorry.
you'll explain.
Okay. Okay. So,
Explain. Sit. Powwow time. Get over here.
okay.
You prefer the stare? Okay, fine. Cool.
I can come to you. Don't worry. Jesus Christ. So very complicated. I'm not sure exactly how we got here. Aphelion at some point develops a stand that's basically a tiny Neo Tokyo, and that stand still
What?
exists today, as its own being.
How is that possible?
That's a different long story. But he's still there, and also he's like eternally something. His name is Tokyo Ghetto.
Oh.
And also Hero's alive.
Hero's alive.
Yeah.
He
I-
survived.
In my
How?
search, I don't know. I never asked him.
I searched so hard.
Sometimes it takes someone who knows a Speedwagon to think outside the box, like a different Speedwagon. Because I was searching for you, thinking you had gone into hiding, and instead I find Hero.
I thought he died.
Take a deep breath. Hero and I talk.
You realize I don't have to do that, right?
I know you don't have to do that, but it's calming.
Fine, are you happy?
Thank you.
Just learned my son is alive. I need to take a moment.
Yeah, the son that you thought was dead is alive, and the son you thought was alive was dead, but now is alive again. We've got all sorts of kind of complicatedness here.
Why do speedwagons have to be so complicated?
Because they're interlaced with the Joe stars now.
Is it these stars I painted on the floor?
Yes.
Is it because of those?
I don't know.
I did those for Nissa, by the way.
Yeah?
She loves space.
It's very sweet.
She wanted to see the stars wherever she went, so...
You put them everywhere.
She was also very disappointed that Star Road wasn't filled with stars.
No. If it wasn't filled with stars, I would be surprised. I never
You
went
see,
to stars.
I suppose that's why I'm not the marketing person.
Oh, you should see Hero. If you think...
Maybe he won't hate me.
I don't think he will hate you. From what we've talked, I don't think he ever hated you. You should see him. He's got this really bright yellow strand of hair now. Yeah,
Very fashionable.
very. It's supposedly growing like that, completely natural.
Really? That's not supposed to happen.
No, it's not.
I don't think... Either he's lying about that or something else is going on.
Stand bullshit. I don't think he
He's
doesn't
my
have a
son.
stand.
I'll bet on something stupid like that.
He doesn't have a stand, though. I know that.
Oh, he doesn't have one yet. He'll probably get one eventually.
He seems to be happy. As happy as he can be.
That's good. He deserves that. Have you told him about Ghetto?
I have not. Mostly because Tokyo Ghetto has not figured out how to become corporeal. So Hiro can't see him.
I see.
If you'd like to.
Yes. You don't even have to ask me. Yes. I'm in a feeling we're always so close. It's cruel to not tell him. But it's also cruel to tell him and not let him. I think we can get Giuseppe to help with that, though. I seem to recall. Do you still talk to Miss Sagahara?
I sure hope so. She's currently in my living room.
Ah, she's there too.
Yes.
It was her ability, if I recall correctly.
I also have another way that we can do it.
We have ways. Let's make it
Plenty
happen.
of ways. I'll have to tell you about my other ways at some point because
Do you have more secrets, Mallory?
I have more friends.
Ah, of course.
You know me. I've always been one to make friends.
You're the socialite of the two of us. That's for sure.
Come on.
He looks back at the group.
I suppose I shouldn't linger.
Burn it into your memory. It'll help.
He tries. He really tries.
Mallory will just hold out a hand and wait for him.
After he's collected himself, he takes it
Which way am I being dragged?
back towards this door. As Edwin's starting to feel more of a connection to his past. Doing the star breaks again.
God! I know it's good. It's good.
Again, really?
You keep falling apart, okay?
I'm sorry for having feelings, Mallory.
You are regaining for your feelings and also parts of this.
I will write. What am I writing? Remembering is the only way that we know we have grown.
You're gonna have to tell me what you're writing on that sooner or later.
Okay, we have speed, we have precision. Let's complete the torso.
Neo Torso?
Torso.
The torso.
Neo Torso
is real.
That's durability, yeah?
Yes. Durability returns, and with this, Edwin himself solidifies quite a bit more. Edwin gains 12 additional health,
Oh, wonderful.
and sort of just pats himself down, feeling at his chest, as he's like,
You know, I know they say it makes your heart fuller, but I really am starting to feel it this time. I think I feel it.
Whenever it seems like he's starting to accept, everything that's happened, he's grown to. How to word this? Every time he's gotten to a big emotional threshold and made progress, is when that star seems to reshatter and need you to refocus it to regain a part of him.
Yeah, cool. I'm good with that.
you want to
Yep.
just go with that? I'm gonna
Yeah.
just flat out confirm that. You are correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you just going to ignore the fact that I have a floating torso?
Neo torso. Thank you. I'm glad he's here.
What did you just say to me?
Neo torso.
Put his legs on his head.
I want to say also, I want to note out to you that Neo Torso is just rolling around like a bowling ball on the floor.
That's
It has gravity and it is not floating. So it's just kind of rolling around.
Alright, legs. Legs, go pick up the torso. There you go. Head.
He looks up, it's just still there.
Yeah, you keep doing you. Right.
It's the store?
Yep.
Okay.
And you push through, You can feel yourself approaching a different time.
Lovely. Forward, backward?
Backwards. Slightly.
Slightly. Only slightly.
Only slightly. You find yourself back in Edwin's apartment.
Mercy.
You see Mercy. She has tools out all around her. She is fiddling with and trying to fix this clock.
Can I improv something that would totally make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Mallory is just like looking at Mercy and just.
She's clearer to see now. What did she do?
I don't know.
As if interrupting that train of thought, the door opens.
Oh.
Mercy turns around. Just for clarity, you can see his face right now. But he's wearing the suit. And Mercy turns around and says, Dad, you back quickly?
Yes, like I said, Mercy. Do you have a moment of time? It's very important.
Sure, I've got time. Here, let me just make sure that I don't hurt this thing. They're very delicate. And she starts to, like, place back down tools. Mallory, taking a closer look at her as she's, like, bending over and placing these tools, she seems to be about, like, middle teens. And she walks back over.
This is what? 21? 21?
21, 22.
21, 22?
Mm-hmm.
Cat knows what this probably is.
Cat can guess. Mallory wouldn't know.
Mallory has no fucking clue!
Edwin walks up.
Sweetheart, I want to talk about your stand.
What about it?
You know I work for a foundation, right? We do research into this sort of thing. Well, the group and I have agreed that you're allowed to know what I've been doing. You're allowed to know what I can do. And I want to offer something to you, Mercy. I want to offer you a chance at a bright future.
He runs the tip of the arrow along his fingers underneath the
Mallory
gloves.
winces.
Edwin, you just hear him go.
Oh no. Sit down, would you? This'll take a little bit of explaining. With this arrow, I can bring out your maximum potential. It is an artifact directly tied to stands themselves. If you allow me to prick your stand with it, I can make you whole.
Alright. And this is just like a...
Think of it like the next step in your path of being a stand user. Something that everyone goes through.
Alright. I assume that it's going to hurt. You're making it sound like a shot. Is it like a shot?
Yes, that is a way to think about it. But I assure you, the procedure is safe. But I won't do anything unless I have your permission. May I? I want you to be able to see the world the way I see it.
Mercy sits there, thinks, summons goodbye to her world again next to her, and just looks at it, back to the clock. Is it normal to feel like you're already broken?
Yes, very normal. Hopefully this can help you with that. It should ease that feeling immensely.
Alright. I trust you, Dad. Goodbye to a world comes forward and places its hand out. And you watch as Mr. Electros takes the arrow and pierces it into the arm, right above the left shoulder. Mercy cries out in pain as you watch the arrow almost gain a mind of itself, wriggle like a snake, and push its way deeper into the arm of Goodbye to a World. Until Goodbye to a World falls back down onto the couch and immediately begins to expand, to grow, and to change.
Edwin would just hear Mallory just mutter, "No. Oh, Mercy."
Mercy catching her breath. And then Edwin.
Amazing. Wonderful. It's beautiful. Mercy. Yes. Amazing.
He sort of runs forward, just like puts both hands on like the side of her cheek, gives her a hug.
I knew it. I knew it.
Knew what? Knew what?
That you'd be a good fit for this. Do you feel it? Do you know what it does?
She stands up. Goodbye to a World, now much larger, comes to the center of the room. I mean, I assume it would be something similar. Does it change?
Yes. It'll be like your old power, but stronger. Normally it's, from what we've observed, something akin to what matters to you most.
I see. I think that it... She steps over here, places her hand against the grandfather clock. And Mercy, you catch this. Edwin's too busy burying his head into his hands, but her demeanor immediately changes. And she looks back up at him and says, as you see small flakes of red licking up off her cheeks, "I'll have to figure out what it does. I don't know yet."
Oh, Mercedes, you sneaky bastard.
Well, I want to implore on you, Missy. This is a procedure that's still very secret. I want to introduce it to Jonah at some point. But we're still making sure that it's the right fit for him.
What happens when it's the wrong fit?
We've had some bad experiences in the past. Nothing you should worry about now, of course. Just that we're working on solving them. And hopefully, you should be able to tell Jonah soon. Can you keep that secret for me?
You notice her wince again? Yeah, alright. I can do that.
Wonderful. I'll see you at dinner. I have one more thing I need to go do back at the office. Let me know if you figure anything out. And be careful.
Dad?
Hmm?
Could I come with you to the office this time?
Sure. We can try things out together.
And summons. And the two of them walk out.
Mallory kind of leans against the TV stand.
God. Did I burn everything good in my life?
I taught her well.
What? I could not hear you.
See it? Oh, did you see it?
Did I see what?
She used her ability there.
She did?
Yeah.
I did not see it, no.
I've never been able to confirm it. And my memories are still kind of wacky. But whatever that stand is, also that's... Jesus Christ. I need a minute after thinking that. Whoa. Seeing another Requiem stand is...
There something else.
They are. And at least from my experience, you know immediately.
She was lying to me.
She was lying to you. And with the little that I know about her time ability, I'm assuming a good reason.
I don't like how this feels.
How does it feel?
Wrong. Like I'm watching myself, but it's not me. Like I see the things that I do, and normally I can predict what I'm going to say next, but here I had no clue what was coming next.
Did you remember that? I'm assuming you didn't remember this happening.
No. Yet it happened here in my own living room. Something about her refuses to be remembered. I want to get to the bottom of this, Mallory. She's
I do too.
She's my daughter. I owe that much to her. If she's still alive, if she's like Hero, then I owe that much to her. To at least say I'm sorry.
Mallory's just gonna grab his hand.
Yes, Mallory.
I'm just recovering a little bit.
Are you alright?
I don't know why I have been so reactive.
Seems like something's hitting you hard too.
It's that arrow.
I've been meaning to ask. In all the cases I've seen of Requiem introduction, the stand sticks around. So what happened to yours?
I got rid of it myself. Like, I still have 3 hibiscus tea.
Of course.
The Requiem. You have to understand,
It's
I
alright.
had the ability to get rid of it and possibly never have to deal with it again.
I see.
That was the ability. It got rid of stands. And it's terrifying how to think I could just start deleting people's stands.
That seems so far disconnected from what I know of you, Mallory. I could see you doing it to people that deserved it, but I couldn't see you just doing it. You know how to handle power a lot more than I do.
I want to believe you, but
You don't have to. It's just my thoughts after all. But I would appreciate if you at least believed that I think that.
I believe that.
Then that's good enough for me. Now, shall we go try and find out what happened to my daughter?
Let's go.
Push open the door, and yet again the mists of this vision shift around you, and you find yourselves in a dark hallway.
What are you doing here?
Not again. Again. Fuck, I don't have time to... I don't want to.
Nope.
God, of course. Yes, I know you're going to...
He seems to, like, swallow down something that he's trying to say.
Mallory grabs him by the shoulders.
It's Requiem stuff again, Mallory.
Yes.
It's... I can only assume.
I'm right here with you.
Having you here makes this bearable.
And having you here makes it bearable for me.
I'll take that.
Steps in, and you hear the voice of Edwin from the past call out.
Rachel Crowd.
And you see two figures over on the couch. One is playing a game. The other one is just kind of also there, not playing the game, just leaning against her. And the smaller one with the stars in her hair looks up, and Edwin says,
It's time for your routine checkups. Could you come with me, please?
and she slowly pushes herself up off the couch.
Yep, I figured. This isn't going to be pretty, Mallory.
What kind of pretty? What kind of not pretty?
He pauses for a second, and you see the other girl gets up and starts to try and sneak out the door after them.
Would I recognize this girl?
How close were you to Artemis and Zeus?
I feel like not.
How close was Hidori with Zeus? That's my question.
And they were.
You know of Heffy through Gigi. I feel like it's unlikely, but did Mallory go through the documents on the Star Road project?
Absolutely.
Then she would have at least heard her name and her description.
Would I recognize her by description?
It's really hard to, like, not with the, like, bright pink ribbons and the spirals in her hair.
Jim. She's, I'll plot point this. Mallory vaguely knows of Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
She's the Sanctuary girl.
Sanctuary?
Sanctuary. We should follow. I only know vaguely of this. June was, is Brando kid. I knew that. But from her nocturne, from when they got her arrow back, spawned this outside of time dimension
I see.
called Sanctuary.
The Nocturnal Realm, yes.
Yeah.
I
But here's the thing. All of the kids are there.
all of them?
I mean, there's, I don't know how many are there, but there's a bunch of Requiem kid experiment, like their souls are there. I only know of some of them. Midge, Cole, June,
Midge?
Midge Curry?
Oh. Goodness. She's separate from the whole ordeal. No, she...
Kelly? I think was
God,
the
Midge's
last
story is batshit. She tried to kill me.
one. A lot of people do.
Okay, yes, she tried to kill me after she assumed I killed her father. I
Okay.
didn't, by the way. The arrows did.
Fair enough.
Let's
Yeah, I
take
read through a whole bunch of documents. Alright. I'm assuming left.
It's like a hazy memory for you following down. You've probably been to Star Road at least once, looking into the old Speedwagon Foundation stuff. And as you follow down around winding corners, you eventually come to a hallway. And you see the back of June's head, just sort of peeking around the corner.
God, how many times do we have to go through?
About 11 too many. 11 more than June deserved.
Oh, okay.
You see her quickly rush into the room. You vaguely hear the shouts of a voice of just, I want you to explain what you've been doing. I know that this is wrong. I know something's going on. What do you want with her? What do you want with us?
Smart kid. If I was alive, I might need to, shake out my hand from how tight you're holding it.
Already made that joke, and
Yep.
yes, I understand. Let me have this, please.
Yep, no, I am not complaining.
Oh, my anger right now. Cause this... I don't know what overcame me.
And you see, in the center of the room, face up, laying on the operating table is Rachel. Unconscious,
Stomach wide open.
stomach wide open.
Oh my.
Early Requiem procedures were dangerous.
I can see
So,
that.
from Requiem introduction, we evolved to Requiem injection, which offered a much higher level of success.
Yeah.
You see Edwin step to the front, standing there in front of June, who's just looks like she's about to run towards Rachel, and you hear Edwin say,
Miss Brando, this section of the laboratories is severely off limits for a reason. You know that I can't have anyone learning what you've seen here.
June pales and starts to run back towards the two of you. And you guys would see this. June didn't see this in the time, but you would see a stand manifest behind Edwin, just in the shadows. And suddenly the door is here. She bangs into the wall. You can no longer see. And there's the sound of a gunshot. And then the door is back.
Jesus Christ.
He wipes off the gun, puts it back in his sleeve.
No, you're not going to stand up. Really? Was all my research for nothing?
The Edwin in the suit says.
Why aren't you choosing her? Her life was in danger. Why aren't you choosing her? God damn you, accursed piece of metal! Choose her!
And he throws it at her. It dives into her body and she just lays there. Mr. Electros just pounds his fist on the ground in anger.
Why? Why, Tokyo? No matter. We'll just try again. This has got to work.
And you see him begin lowering the arrow into her stomach.
Mallory looks away.
Edwin doesn't. And it's almost as if everything around the color sort of ripples, warps, shifts, and slows as it's expanding, pulling Mr. Electros and all of Star Road into a nocturne. Edwin places his hand on your shoulder, Mallory.
He puts her hand over top of it.
I don't know what I even say.
I don't know what to say either.
Edwin just starts to, walk towards the other end of the hallway. Not having the words.
She goes back to gripping his hand.
He holds just as tight.
Is this the way that I'm feeling pulled by the star?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
And as you begin to walk down this way, The star pulling you through. The light shifts from blue to an oppressive red. You find yourselves on the streets of Electros. The sky.
Do I know what year this is?
Yeah. 2130.
Apocalypse.
What is this?
The apocalypse. Whose memory?
The one that never happened.
The one that did happen and then got erased.
Either way,
You see off to the left 3 vampires pulling a woman out of a house. The other one sinking their teeth into her, forcibly turning her, as the man behind just simply watches. In horror, unable to do anything. A gun trained on him from behind.
This was only supposed to be a last resort. This wasn't supposed to happen. Why?
Mr. Electros found it necessary, I'm assuming.
Mr. Electros.
You started going by that all the time.
I did, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I could give that man a piece of my mind. I know it's myself, but I'd wring his stupid neck.
The head view down the street. You see the back of someone standing there.
Oh no.
What? Yeah. Yeah, we're doing this.
Oh, yes!
As he goes.
You could have simply just let me past, Gibson. But no. Always the hard way with you, isn't it?
Yeah. You know how it is, old friend.
Oh, please, spare me the pleasantries. What sort of friendliness can I possibly hope to attain from you now? Let me past, or I will kill you. Plain and simple.
How many times will you kill me? We both know how that works.
Enough to make it stick.
He cracks his knuckles.
You know I can't let you do that, Twin. Come on. There's still gotta be some of you left in there and everything.
He flips around the arrow in his hand and points it at you.
There's all of me here.
Tally, random question.
Yes? Uh-huh.
Is he in a wheelchair?
He would be.
yes. He would be. He would be. I forgot. Yeah. Hold on. Let me grab that.
Where's that wheelchair asset?
Hold on. Let me grab that. Thank
I
you,
forgot
Cal.
about that too.
I didn't.
Oh my god. I'm glad both of us remembered that.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Thank you, sir.
Oh god.
There we go. That's more accurate.
Man.
He wheels,
Honestly, somehow I find that more intimidating.
Yeah.
flips the arrow around in his hand and sort of points it at you.
All of me is still here, Gibson. I'm willing to forgive you. I am willing to give you another chance at evolution. What say you?
Evolution without hardship is not evolution. That is a step back. And we both as scientists know that.
You think there's no hardship here? You think I haven't suffered every day of my life to get to this point?
Oh, I think
You absolute fool.
I am a fool. I don't know everything you went through, my friend. But this isn't the answer that you should be going for. This goes against everything. This isn't a choice. This is an ultimatum.
Humanity refuses time and time again to do what it needs to do to take the steps forward, that'll progress our species beyond anything that the funny little men of the 1900s could have possibly dreamed up in their newspapers, in their articles, their journals. What I seek to do is to hold humanity's hand and forcibly push us through that threshold. You ever on the precipice of an edge, scared to dive, but knowing you want to swim? I am the friendly push behind. If you can't see why we need that, then I don't see why I need you.
I don't want to have to do this, Edwin.
The wind starts to whip around you. Your hair flicking up.
Red skies at Giuseppe Gibson.
Red skies at red skies.
Roll precision with me, bud.
Oh god.
That is 3 balls around you currently, so 8 power. Oh my god, Edwin, what? Are we gonna have a Voldemort moment where it gets like stuck in the middle?
It might. Oh god. Alright, what would his fucking precision
pretty
be
cool.
at this
That'd be pretty
moment?
Depends on what he has slotted.
Honestly,
You're
A
fighting
probably.
Edwin, I'm sure it's an A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, since we've got him this low, I could give him
There's
that
been a
fucking...
fight.
Yeah, which I could also give him the anime strength, because, you know, he isn't...
He's not wearing his shirt.
Yeah, true.
Brew.
And he's under half health.
Yeah. Just in case, you know. My daddy needs it. Like,
Oh god, yeah. Okay, so
Oh my
instantaneously, I'm not even gonna have them in the middle with that result. The orbs are all circling around Edwin.
Very, very interesting. Very interesting.
As the winds start to whip into him,
Red skies unsummon.
the orbs vanish.
I always forget that I've got little tricks like that, my friend.
You've got everything you could ever need. Isn't that right?
No, I don't.
Oh, enlighten me then. What is it you're missing? Name anything. Maybe I'll give it to you.
Even with power, do you really think that I'm without fears? Without that little voice in the back of my head telling me that this isn't right? That's not how you're supposed to do it. I have all of these powers, all these gifts that I can copy and all of that. He pulls out a few cards, and they just merge together into one as he just holds it hovering in his hand. I could use this, which is an accumulation of damn near every card I have. He rips it in half. But what's the point? That's just power without reason. Why can't you see that?
Power without reason. Do I need a reason to do what is right? Do I need a reason to continue following this path? Giuseppe, you may think this is power without reason, but I think it's the only choice.
Lights start to glow around his hand. The lights of Electros. One by one, they out around your head.
Let me ask you something, Edwin. Did our friendship ever mean anything to you like it did me? Or was that all an act?
Friendship. What a pitiable last thing to say.
The lights are gonna swap for poles all around your head to impale on each and every side of your cranium.
Ugh.
Mallory and Edwin watch as Giuseppe is skewered through the head.
Mallory just kind of reflexively just completely entrenched in this like memory, not realizing what's going, like she forgets for a second that she's outside of it and can't really do anything. She just summons a sweet hibiscus tea and tries to throw it, like it flies at Giuseppe trying to help him, but obviously doesn't do anything.
There's a hand on your shoulder.
I know. You say this was me? That may be my stand there. But that man... what he's saying, the way he just dismisses Giuseppe like he's nothing, makes me sick.
Mallory kind of shudders with rage.
Starts to wheel down. The Otokyo one summons. He nods up to the vampires. These two are still dragging this woman out towards a ship on the dock. And, you can vaguely see forms out on the dock. And Edwin starts to wheel away over to the corpse of Giuseppe. He pauses at it for a moment, kneels down, places his hand over the mechanical heart, and considers the arrow.
We both know that I'd use it better.
Mallory is seething.
And he swamps Giuseppe's lifeless body into the water with a splash. As he continues getting rid of the minor destruction, the pylons vanishing, and wheels up towards the power plant.
Hey, can I spend a plot point to hijack this scene after he's gone?
What do you want to do?
Oh, she would respawn.
Yes, he would. Edwin knows this. I've been trying to figure out how he would manipulate that.
So he would fucking pull like tech from pretty much anywhere and anywhere to make the new body here.
If we say that he doesn't notice immediately, if you want to do your thing.
Well, see, that's the thing, Tally. That's why I'm hijacking it.
What are you doing?
Once he's gone, this isn't Edwin's memory anymore, right? Like, Faces of the Deep can, show anyone's memory, isn't it? Because it's shown part of Mallory's memories here and there.
You can show people's memories that are here.
Yeah.
Are you coming in?
You coming in?
I'm hijacking this temporarily.
Alright.
I'm continuing this scene on after he's gone.
Alright.
She's coming in.
Alright. What do you want to do, Richard?
Just as soon as, he's gone, that's whenever the body would start to reform, probably, right here.
One of the vampires would just, nudge the other one and just be like,
You seen this shit?
wow!
Behind our Edwin right here, he would just hear... Oh, then I knew you were still my friend. Aren't you my friend?
Gibson.
Parts come in from seemingly everywhere and nowhere. Some seem to get swapped in, with tiles of the ground. And he's just...
Hey guys, I think he's getting back up! Hey, where do you think you're going?
Dying never really gets easier. Cracks his neck as the last piece
believe
settles
me,
in.
buddy, you don't gotta talk about dying. You're gonna feel it soon!
Flamethrower.
Children. You're a few years too early for that. He snaps his fingers and he's going to swap weapons with pens.
Fuck yeah! He tries to spray you with fire and just click.
What the fuck?
You see, like I said, you're a few years too early.
Two guys jump on you from behind with claws.
Just out of reflexes, shield generator would kick in. See how
There's my rank 2 vampires. Ooh, yeah.
the
I'll roll
shield
for
kicks
the
in
other guy.
just in time.
Do either of them get through? No!
The shield kicks in just in time.
What the hell is this? I've got no idea. What are you, Metal Man?
Right. Not quite man, not quite machine. a bit of an evolution in humanity myself, but you see,
I don't give a shit! Die!
Ah, children, there's one thing that you're forgetting. I haven't given up what you have. And he's going to snap his fingers again, splashing all of them with a familiar purple goop.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh.
He's going to make them see what it feels like again to be human. He's
One of
getting
them-
back their humanity.
One of them just has a heart attack immediately.
I guess the shock was too much for him. I apologize.
One of them falls over because they've forgotten how to breathe.
Ah, it's fine.
Stumbles.
What did you do?
I'm returning what you've seemed to have forgotten. Your humanity. I offer you a second chance at life. You don't have to do this. Is this what you all want?
I offer you one better.
He steps over here. And he jams the pen into the eye of this other guy. And then he holds his hand out to you.
Corporal Constantine. What can I do for you? Been waiting for someone to kick these guys' asses.
Must be joking.
Yeah, might as well, right?
The Q Squad.
Kill squad!
Giuseppe Gibson, but my friends call me Gigi, as you know. I have many safe houses throughout this city and beyond.
God be with you, sir. It's been hell trying to keep, well, this.
He taps himself and his beating heart.
It seems like you want to keep this forever. I don't like doing these sort of combos. It's a bit bullshit. I'm gonna need you to clench your teeth for a moment.
He does so.
Gigi slots another card and puts a hand on Constantine, and he's racked with pain as Gigi uses Purple Hill to make this permanent.
God, and that doesn't even break continuity, because fucking he never was in the sun, so we never knew if he burned.
Yep.
It's all canon!
It's all
Like
canon.
writes their stories. Like scripted.
Sequence break scripted. This was planned the whole time.
Definitely.
You don't have a stand, do you?
No, can't say I do.
Right. Gigi
What's
quickly.
going on?
Are they good or bad?
He quickly moves his fingers, 3 fingers, taps the palm, and then does like another hand sign quickly to them. Both of them look at him, look at Giuseppe, and they nod.
Your friends.
We're the resistance fighters. Not everyone agrees with Speedwagon's bullshit.
Good. Then, I can do this and I won't feel too bad about it. Gigi is going to make a infinite use Neo Tokyo for Constantine.
Oh, you're giving Constantine Tokyo?
Use this to save people. It cannot move living people unless you are the user. So, use that as you will to protect. I need to make him think that I, well, you know, captured or dead again. I'm a hindrance.
You got any people on the inside I can contact?
I've got a friend named Mallory, but I don't remember where she's at. There's Zen Sakahara. She might be back home, but...
Sakahara. I actually know that name, yeah. Alright.
He thinks for a minute. Oh god. That's going on. Oh no. Okay, if
What's the matter?
I have children that in a situation like this, they would be ejected from their training cells. I have android children that might be out and about in the city helping. If you see somebody with a blue core anywhere on their body, just mention my name and they will help you. Tell them
Right.
access code Zeta Beta 2.
Zeta Beta 2. Alright.
They'll understand what that means.
I'll take your word for it. You seem
these-
like you can handle yourself with the old man.
Oh yeah, but he's probably going to want me dead again. So here's what we'll do. Is that guy over there one of yours? He points to the one that's like over on the balcony still. Those guys up there.
Yeah, there were 5 of them. These can be the other 2.
Yeah.
Alright.
All planned.
Alright.
Hoo-ha!
I jump down.
These ones can act as if they've apprehended me if you want, or even pretend as if they've defeated me.
You're robotic, right?
Yes.
Can you survive a stab through the heart?
Yes.
What if we come in with you on a pike?
Yeah, that would. You and you. I need you to do one better than that. Sever my limbs. If I don't have my limbs, I can't use most of my abilities.
Really, boss? You want me to do that?
Yes.
Alright.
Luckily, this body doesn't feel pain. I didn't have enough time or resources to make
So you're like
pain
us, cool.
receptors.
Slices your leg off.
Just immediately, like, one leg gets sliced off. Immediately is like, oh yeah, I don't have, my little equilibrium. Oh, and then I go. Certain things missing makes it where the robotic body is very. This is a learning experience. Thank you as well.
They start to pick you up, cut your limbs off, and put you on a pike as if you're dead.
Perfect.
Oh, fucking damn it.
I may not feel pain, but Jesus Christ, this is very unsettling.
Alright, you two. I'll be with you quickly, Gibson. You two. North End. Make sure everyone's still good in the Resistance. I can send you over there right now. I've been granted the boss's teleportation ability. You ready?
They both salute
Alright.
and go hoo-ha.
Godspeed. Hoo-ha!
And he teleports them out.
Let's make a show, shall we, Gibson?
You done. Hang on, I've got this. You damn rapscallion!
Oh, keep your mouth shut, or I'll glue it shut for you.
Start to carry Giuseppe off. Oh, I love those.
I forgot that's how that happened. I know I didn't. I've been-
You decided.
How
to
long
kill
have you
me?
been there, Gibson?
That's a good question, isn't it? It's weird how time works. Also, Mallory, I knew it! This proves my theory.
A lot of those. Which one?
It's,
What
it's,
theory?
what did I call it again? Not the, I knew I threw out the Zvel space. The Nocturne. No, that was a stupid one. We threw that one away too. Fuck, what did we call it? I cannot remember, but it's a weird space that exists but doesn't exist.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Oh. Right, you're still alive. Oh.
I most certainly am.
JJ Amelius hugs him.
Hi. Good to see you.
You're not gonna stab me this time, are you?
God, no. I don't know what that incompetent fool thought he was doing. No.
Saving humanity.
By killing
Twisted, ain't it?
very.
It's good to see you again.
I'm glad you don't want me dead immediately, Gibson. I wouldn't blame
no.
you.
If I wanted to kill you, I would give you a card so I could kill you and then so you wouldn't die.
So you'd torture me.
Only a little bit.
Been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
A real mental roller coaster for us today.
We've had our time. It's good to have a third musketeer.
I mean, I can leave anytime I want.
I know you can.
Yeah, I would love to know how you got in here.
Oh, well, you see, there's these interesting little things. The faces. Yes, they're called the faces of the deep, and they can extract your dreams, hopes, etc. And I inadvertently, by fighting them, gained the abilities that they do. As you know, I'm a parasite, as your angry half called me once.
You want me to disavow that? I feel like it would be going against our rivalry to do so.
Oh,
I think it's an apt descriptor, Gibson. And I think my business contractors would agree as well.
what can I say?
Remember the
When
flying machine patent?
Oh, I mean, I saw a very good moment swinging, and
Oh, it worked. It worked excellently. It was a great moment. Don't get me wrong.
Which way am I being dragged?
Towards the docks.
Guys, returning.
I'm turning.
Edwin. Show him your torso.
yeah, torso.
Oh my god.
At all. We've been regaining them. It's really
Around.
quite
Starts
interesting.
chicken with its head cut off, running back and forth. Rolls
Interesting.
around on the ground.
We've
What's
gotten
there
all of
doing
it yet.
nothing.
He just strokes his chin and reaches out towards one of the body parts that's nearby. Just interesting. So you're, is it
You
because the
can
body
tap it.
parts?
Go for it.
Ooh, interesting. This might tap.
You get the sensation that this is just Edwin's precision.
Oh, so it's as if parts of you have been ripped from yourself and rescrapped. Oh, this is very interesting. Now you're going to have to show me the combos that you fully did so I can study this more. The scientist in me will not shut up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
You would think after 20 different degrees you would
Neil
become-
Legs, what are you doing?
They have a lot of energy.
Maybe you should put that into yourself.
The legs kick you in the butt and keep running.
Edwin, control your fucking
I am
legs!
trying. They have a mind of their own.
Why?
I don't know.
Did Neo Tokyo gain sentience? I wouldn't be surprised.
What do you mean gain sentience? It's always been sentient.
Has it?
Yes. Aren't all stands sentient?
No.
No. That is something we've come to learn very, very, very
See, for a
well.
while-
Neo-Tokyo's always
Bard
been
twitches from the distance.
We'll get into that. See, honestly,
I
for a
have
while.
not touched on board yet. We're not
Oh,
touching
Neo
on
legs,
it.
you've lost leg privileges.
Unsummon.
I will say, I honestly, for the while, thought that me and you had the only sentient stands, Mal. It's been such a pleasant
Monster
thing.
inside sentient.
Oh, right, you, me, and Hidari.
Black Hill's
It's
also
so-
sentient.
Was it? I never actually knew that
Kind
until.
of. Kind of?
Kind of.
Mallory,
Yes?
is that her?
Yes?
Giuseppe, do you know who that is?
Do I?
Do you? Would I?
You have no clue.
Brax's brain thinks. Nope.
Okay.
This vampire comes over here and hoists off the rope, and it seems like this boat is sailing out to sea.
Where is she going?
I don't know.
I just noticed the photographer.
Yeah, there are definitely other stands on the back of this boat that none of you really recognize except for Edwin, who's just like,
Is that the photographer's stand?
Who?
He's a deadly assassin. Basically, in the business. Yes, he's a little bit of a freak. He takes pictures of people's dead bodies. It's a whole thing.
Oh.
Look, I don't want to get you into the nitty gritty, but
I'm gonna go walk off the dock.
No, hold on. Mallory, please let me talk about the assassins that I knew.
You knew like a dozen.
Yes, I know. Okay, he was in with the Mackenzie Mercury group.
Okay.
He also knew
Makes
my
sense.
father.
Really?
More discreet ways.
Was your father a businessman or a mafia lord?
Yes.
Oh, I love that joke. It never gets old.
It's not even a joke this time, it's just true.
Never
Alright,
gets old.
let's walk into the fog.
And as you walk towards the end of the pier, you do feel the memory drifting.
How's he holding up, by the way, Mal?
Who? Him?
Him?
It's been rough. We're going though.
Oh, that's good.
There's been some rough parts for me too. We got to see me bury Edwin. Or what's low, the grave.
Oh, did you see the part? Oh, wait, you don't have cameras outside your house, do you?
Not the backyard.
Oh, damn. You didn't see that.
The wind is whipping around you, and you stand in the middle of a battle.